everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Scruffy-Looking Nerf Herders. I'm your host, Justin Everbody, and I'm here with Cameron Finkelwater and Courtney Smith, and we're here and we're going to do that frame-by-frame analysis of the last Skywalker trailer. I know you guys tuned in for. First, we're going to have an ad for a mattress in a box, and then we're going to talk about the trailer for about 2 hours. Courtney, what'd you think about it?
There was breathing, and that got me hot and bothered.
Finkelwater, sound off. What'd you think?
Well, I thought it was horrifically boring, and I don't know what Disney is thinking by giving this back to J.J. Abrams when clearly Rian Johnson reinvented the Star Wars genre, the space opera.
Well, it's important to recognize that the Star Wars needed to be unreinvented. I know it's a radical idea.
You have to return to the original war to really understand the emphasis of the new war.
Yep. Do you think this time we're going to see a Lady Jabba the Hutt?
Well,
a Huttess, if you will.
I'm actually pulling for a Lady Boba Fett.
Oh.
Or just Boba Fett's just trans now.
I feel like a Lady Jabba the Hutt would be the most appropriate addition, mostly because then we could get that objectified male representation that Star Wars has been so greatly lacking in, and we could get some slave, Lukes, if you would.
Like a copper banana hammock.
Yeah, like a copper banana hammock.
Yeah, okay. And I could be into that, just from a justice perspective. I'm not saying I like copper banana hammocks, but I do like Jabba the Hutt.
I mean, you did just speak that into existence.
It's true. This episode is brought to you by Mattress in a Box, because this is a podcast.
I hate this. Can we stop?
This show is not Scruffy-Looking Nerf Herders.
Nope.
A podcast brought to you by Mattress in a Box. But, fucking Mattress in a Box, hit us up.
What is Mattress in a Box?
Should
I Google that?
We're Impossible Coin, which is not going to spend 2 hours breaking down the Star Wars.
Thank God.
I'm Brian Cartwright. In Ohio, probably with some thoughts on Star Wars, but not 2 hours worth. Tegan Somerset.
Yeah, on maybe 10 seconds worth, which is I've seen every Star Wars movie and I still don't really get Star Wars. Yeah. I've made an excellent effort to try and get into Star Wars, and I just can't.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair. No, Tegan.
I've seen all the movies. I did the thing where you watch movies 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, because that's apparently what you're supposed to do.
That's insane.
And then I watched the new movies, and I've seen all the new movies in theater, and I still don't get it. It's so long.
Yep.
And I feel like nothing happens. I know a lot of stuff happens, I just don't get it.
Oh, man. I just want...
Okay. Before we find out what you want, this is Rocky Hardy. He's in West Texas. Rocky Hardy, what would crank your yank?
I want more Star Wars trailer anime openings, and I'm really upset that guy's YouTube account got shut down. Maybe his videos were monetized, but I don't think they were because they didn't run ads. And he was just chopping up the trailers and putting up anime music on, and it was dope.
Oh man, that sounds great.
Well, he needs to go to the island of do whatever the fuck we want called Vimeo.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's where that shit happens. All of the hot content I watch, which would immediately be taken down on YouTube, is definitely on the Vimeo.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's...
You can also find a lot of that hot content that's normally taken down on YouTube, like the entirety of Hamilton the Musical on Pornhub.
Oh, fuck. That's right. You just gotta start uploading on Pornhub.
And I'm probably less with that. If you're just going to, upload the entirety of somebody's work and just be fuck it. You know, like, I think I'm with stuff like recutting a trailer and then, like, putting new music. Like, because what you're doing is you're essentially creating a derivative artistic work. You're recutting existing content in a new way, and you're, like, it's transformational art. I'm behind the anime Star Wars trailer. You shine on, you crazy diamond. But if you're just gonna be like, fuck it. Here's Avengers Infinity War in total the day it's released in theaters. Because that happened on Pornhub too. If you're just like putting up whole movies or Hamilton, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not making something. You're just a pirate and a jack-off.
Like, literally,
yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly. Like, you were literally a pirate and a jack. You know what? We don't know if they bothered to jerk it while they were there. They could have just showed up and like, ha-ha, press the upload button and left.
Oh, yeah, bullshit. I walk to McDonald's and don't get the French fries. Like, fuck that.
We know that their agenda is be a scoundrel because they're uploading this content.
Yeah.
But we don't know if their to-do list also has jacket on it.
Brian, what kind of kid goes into McDonald's to play in the playpen and then just doesn't get a Happy Meal? Doesn't make any sense. It's irrational. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying that it might as well be like, even if it wasn't on their agenda, they're like, well, I'm here.
Right. Yeah. Like, they're already there.
Well, let's just get this shit done. Now, in this hypothetical, do people eat the Happy Meal in the ball pit?
No. There are tables in the play area that you can eat at. You don't please don't take your Happy Meal into the ball pit. It will cause the ball pit to get closed because there will be food in there, and that's not safe.
Yeah, and like, you know,
the ketchup's gonna make all those balls extra slippery.
Oh, Jesus.
You know it.
Like, ketchup-filled ball pit is like one of my worst nightmares right now. Just popped into existence. I don't know if it's going away anytime soon.
Happy to help with that.
Ugh.
Excellent visuals. 10 out of 10.
I'm reeling.
Tegan, what's up with this Magical Girl Cat Cafe game?
What is up with this Magical Girl Cafe? Cat Cafe. Cat. Oh, I love it. Oh, nothing has ever called me out so hard. So, there's a Kickstarter online for a game called Calico. Magical girls running cat cafes.
Sick.
Oh my god. I love it. It's so cute. It's soft. The island you live on, the whole game takes place on, is shaped like a star. And then your cafe's in the middle island, like the middle part of the island, which is raised up and shaped like a heart. Oh, you can run around and you can pick up these cats in the woods and you can be like, come with me to my cat cafe. And you can play with them and you can bake little treats and oh, it's so cute. And they have reached their funding goal. Mm-hmm. They wanted $29,000 at recording. They're up to $49,000. Woo! So we've unlocked magical character creators, which include skin tone, gender, hair, eyes, and outfit customization, including hijabs.
Nice.
That's so cool. That's so cool! And they're cool looking too. Like they're like all floaty and magical on their own. It's amazing. And now you can also customize your animals. Cats and dogs, you can add bows and hats and dress them up. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I can't wait.
These are good animals.
I'm so hyped. Yeah, they're good animals. And there's a diverse range of body type representation as well. So, like, this is great. I love it. I love everything about this. I'm so in. Look forward to my full review when it comes out in April of next year.
Yeah, this, like, AI stuff looks pretty dope.
Right?
Yeah.
They're cute, and the kitties will follow you. I love it. You dress up your little cafe and have the cats in it. Oh, I love this. I love this. And you could, like, buy potions and stuff. I don't know what the potions do. They do good things.
There's a potion here that just, like, makes animals bigger.
Yeah, so you can give them more pets and scritches. Oh, God. Great. 10 out of 10. You could ride on a red panda in this game. Nice. Very good. Very good. I love it. I love everything about it. I'm ready. I've pledged. I'm ready.
They got me too.
Yay! We should talk about it when it comes out.
It's funny because Tegan, did you message me or did I message you? Like,
you messaged me, and I was like, I have already seen it.
yeah. But it was like, oh shit, this looks like a good idea. Oh damn. I was immediately charmed.
I was like, I didn't know I needed this, but I need it. Like, I wasn't aware I needed this until I needed it.
Ooh.
It's so cute. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, guys, when you guys are hearing this, there will only be about 13 days left in the campaign. So, you should check it out. For sure. It's called Calico Magical Girls Running Cat Cafes.
Yeah.
It is cute as heck, and it's gonna be good.
Tegan, what else is going on?
I finally did the thing and started watching The Good Place.
Yo.
Cool.
I'm like 6 episodes in.
Uh-huh.
Is everybody actually bad? Is like fucking everyone a shithead?
Can you define everyone?
No.
I mean, she can't. She can't do it. There are a lot of shitheads in that show.
In the main cast of characters, so far, it seems like most of them aren't great.
That...
For various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tahani's exceptionally selfish.
Yes.
And, like, wants praise.
Yes.
And can't get it, no matter what she does, even in death. And, like, I mean, obviously our main character is a shitty human. Like, wow, what a shitty human.
Yeah, Eleanor Shellstrop.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like everybody else is, like, they still have stuff they're working through from life. And so they aren't, like, even if they're dead, they're not, like, in the good place. Like, I don't think this is the good place.
What's your take on Chidi?
I feel like he's a little bit... Yeah, I know, Nico. He's a little bit of a savior, but also, like, he's too caught up in what he's doing to really, like, do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And your take on Jean Yu?
I fucking hate Jean.
Why? He's a good dude. He's a good monk. He doesn't even talk.
He's not a monk! That's not even his name. Like, at least, what's-her-face has the same name as the like, that's her name. Jean Yu is not John's name! How you fuck that up?
You see, I was trying to be careful there, Rocky.
I know.
Like, yeah.
I'm having fun, dude. This is great.
He's, how do you fuck up that bad?
Well...
Do you know Jean Yu's name yet?
Yeah. No, I know he's a DJ from Florida, and he used to... What was his real job? His real job was selling fake drugs to college students. Like, and he was a DJ, but he was a really shitty DJ,
yeah.
and like...
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Okay, but 6 episodes. Okay. Yeah.
There was like a hole. There was a hole. Big hole. Open in the middle of a restaurant. And then, it just vanished.
Yeah.
It's just gone. It's just gone.
I think you've already had flying cocktail shrimp at this point.
Yep,
that's
yep.
in the pilot.
Flying cocktail shrimp was, episode 1. Flying cocktail shrimp. Yep. Hole was definitely caused by, her punching the cake.
Wait.
100%.
Wait, so like in the pilot is that the where Eleanor, who has like the best person sash, and she's just like, it's like, yeah, I'm the best. It's like, it says so on my sash or whatever.
No!
Oh, that wasn't in the pilot? Oh, fuck.
Nope.
Okay.
I can't wait for that. That'll be good. But, like, basically, the entire time we're watching the show, I'm looking at my friend, and I'd ask her a question, and she did this really obvious thing where, like, she can't answer my question without spoiling stuff.
Right.
So she just goes, like, I don't know. And I'm like, you fucking liar. Very silly. Very fun.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's that good. I think
Silly
there's a lot
good.
going on right now. Like, there's a lot of very important character stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
Also, Eleanor's house is amazing.
Eleanor's house sucks.
The fucking clowns, dude.
The clowns are the worst.
No. You know what the worst is? It's that elevated plane where her bed is, and there's no stairs.
No stairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like 2.5 feet up,
Garbage.
and you just gotta climb it. Like,
It's garbage.
oh shit.
That's
Man.
absolute garbage. I like how everybody else's house is like a big fucking mansion, and she's just got like, hello.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, Cheetah's house is like an apartment, but I think it's over a cafe, so that's kind of cute.
Yeah. I think he does just have an apartment. And Jason has just like this tent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good times. Season 1, good place. Woo.
But I do love Janet.
Janet is like the fucking best. Wait. Okay, so Tegan, I definitely posted something that was a spoiler a while back, and I apologize.
That's okay. I don't remember anything.
Okay, cool. Well, there's a moment, I think in season 2, where they have to try to kill Janet, and it does not work. And it's...
Oh, yeah. I've seen, like, that GIF or whatever. I've seen, like, the online thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, no, please, no! And it's like, I'm not real. Like, I can't actually die.
Oh, fuck. The stock photo from the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Like,
Right,
oh my
yeah,
god.
like, I don't know these aren't real children. These aren't my real children. I can't have children.
I'm not human. Okay, I'm sorry. That's way too far in the future, but fuck. Oh, god.
It's great. It's hilarious.
Okay, I'm back. I'm a person again. So, Tegan, I see that you have come around to the ways of Ryuji.
Yeah. He's a garbage man. He's a garbage rowdy boy, and I like him. He's my son.
He's great.
That's my son. That's my son. Hello. This is my rowdy son. Like, I can't believe a fucking teacher broke his leg. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's real. No,
That's
Tegan.
actual bullshit. That's abuse. That's straight up child abuse.
Yes, it is. That's why he goes.
He shouldn't be a teacher anywhere.
Well-
Fuck, I don't care.
Well,
No, he's abusing children.
Tegan, you get to fix that. That's literally a thing a game lets you to do. We're talking about Persona 5, by the way, Brian.
We're talking about Persona 5. Sorry, we jumped topics.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yeah, no, that's the thing you get to do. You get to make sure that guy's never a teacher again. It's pretty great.
I can't wait to make sure that guy's never a teacher again, because I'm ready to fucking kill him.
Like, that's actually, I think that's one of the best things that I like about Persona 5 is that, like, the game is definitely a long, drawn-out traditional RPG, but, like, the villains that you get to take down in the game, like, you fucking hate them. And, like, when you get to take them down, it is so satisfying. It feels so good to fucking take down fucking Kamoshida. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to fucking deck him with a pipe. Like, Ryuji just got his persona, so, like, the fact that he's, like, this pirate rowdy boy with a fucking lead pipe, like, yes. Please.
Oh, his gun is also a shotgun.
His gun's a shotgun. Amazing. Wow, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, it's so good.
I want Anne joins my party next, right?
Yes.
Does she join my party before or after this palace?
No, same palace.
Oh, same palace. Cool.
Because she has a bone to pick with Kamoshida, too.
Well, yeah, he's probably fucking sexually abusing her. Jesus.
Well, he's trying. Like, I'll say that.
Trying?
Yeah, that's, yeah. It's pretty much like the next like 2 days, like you'll get On's story, and then like
I can't wait.
But, like,
she's cool. I like her.
On's pretty cool.
My friends they have a whole group except for Ryuji. Like they have a whole Persona 5 group.
That's dope.
I know, it's so cool. And they have like all the like when they're in their like Phantom Thief outfits and when they're out of their Phantom Thief outfits, and like. Now there's Persona 5 Royal coming out, and like I'm gonna cosplay that girl. She got a big red bow, and I love a big red bow.
Go get it, Tegan.
I'm hype. She cute. But yeah, Ryuji's a rowdy boy and my friend, and I love him. So I have his social link open so that I can like do stuff with that now.
Ooh.
And I have the guy in the Velvet Room's social link open.
Oh, Igor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Igor has, like, one of the best, like, plot twists, I think, in, like, recent RPG history. Like, I really enjoy, like, what they do with that character.
I'm excited. I'm not very good. I tried doing some of the palace by myself, and a monster saw me, and then, like, fucking was chasing after me!
Oh, yeah, okay.
I ran away!
You can kind of stealth cheese those. Like, it's not as hard as, like, Metal Gear Solid. Like, you can literally turn a corner, and, like, in the time that it takes to turn the corner, you can, like, turn around and press X and, like, hit it before it hits you. And, like, you won't get the ambush.
Okay. I just saw him whip around and start fucking coming at me, and I was like, fuck no!
Oh, I think the next time you go into the palace, you actually get, like, your stealth tech. So, like, you can,
sweet.
You can, like, hide behind, like, pillars and, like, couches and stuff. And, like, hop out and, like, hit stuff.
That's exciting. I'm ready for that.
Also, like, Ryuji, like, you're not gonna do it anytime soon, but I think, like, once you get to his 5th or 7th point on his, like, confidant thing, he takes you to, like, his favorite ramen place across Tokyo. And, like, it gets you to, like, a pretty interesting area.
That sounds pure. That sounds fucking pure.
Yeah, they're boys. Like, Ryuji's great.
They're boys. I can't wait. Aww. I like Ryuji. I want to meet the girl with the fluffy hair, though. She's not till later.
Wait, like, brownish fluffy hair? Does she wear a pink sweater?
Yeah!
Oh.
She looks cute!
Dang. Okay, so, like, Haru is, like, pretty late in the game. She's, like...
Yeah, I know.
She's, like, 5th dungeon. And,
Jesus.
And so, like, when I did, like, my run to, like, get all the confidants, like, you basically had to rush her, like, at the end. Like, it was, like, you had to do, like, spend, like, 10 days with Haru specifically, like, near that section. Otherwise, you weren't gonna finish her like, confidant thing. Her relationship's a little rushed, which I kind of disliked. Like, I did use a guide, but, like, it basically had me, like, hodgepodge with a bunch of different people. Like, oh, I'm gonna hang with this person today, and I'm gonna hang with this person today. But, like, with Haru, like, you're like, no, we gotta get this done right now. Otherwise, we'll never get it done. And it's just like, oh, well, shit.
We gotta be best friends today.
Yeah. I like, man, in Persona 5, all the characters, they're going through some shit. Like, there is some shit that has happened to them, and there are definitely, like, small things where they definitely get in their own way. And so, like, the cool thing is that, like, as pro tag, you don't, like, straight up solve their problems. That's not what happens. But, like, you get to, like, be a genuine friend to them, you know? Like, it's not like, oh, you should do this obvious thing that you've been putting off. It's more like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out and be supportive. And, like, you're gonna figure out your own answer to this problem that you already know the answer to. And if you're afraid to go through it alone, then I'll go through it with you. And it's like, that's pretty much how it goes. Like, all the confidants feel that way. It's really cool.
That's so good. That's so good. I want friends like that.
Like, I feel like someone, like, sat down, like, writing Personas, like, damn, I wish I had, like, friends like this, but, like, in a video game. And then they made that video game and gave it to us. They didn't have to, Tegan. They did that shit for us.
Are they my friends now?
I hope so.
Can they be my friends too?
Yeah, Persona 5 is a really good video game. It's just really big.
It's a good video game. I'm like fucking 2 hours in and it's a good video game. Is cute.
Okay, also, Tegan, who's Brian David Gilbert?
Who's Brian David Gilbert? Brian David Gilbert's that guy from Polygon's Unraveled series.
Oh yeah,
That's his name.
Oh, God.
He has a 3-name name.
He's a three first name, boys. Okay, let's go.
Brian David Gilbert. You say all his names.
Brian David Gilbert. Excuse me.
You say all his names or none of them.
I apologize. Brian David Gilbert. Please forgive me. I did not mean to offend.
He's great, and wow.
Okay.
He has some energy, and I want to harness it.
What did he do this time?
He made the Poke Rap listenable.
Oh God, what?
It's so good. He made the Poke Rap listenable.
But that's like impossible.
No, and he used all 856 Pokemon.
That's a lot of Pokemon to get.
That's a lot of Pokemon.
Brian, have you heard of this? Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh God,
I also
it's
don't believe
amazing.
this.
No, it's so good.
I'm a little skeptical
It's
too.
So good. It's so funny. Like, you have to watch it. It was his, oh God, I want to say it was like a PAX panel.
Oh, okay.
God, it was funny.
Fuck, he had a PAX panel where he's just like,
don't
yeah, I'm
worry.
going to do the poker rap. You guys can come, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, but first thing he did, it's a 300-person room, and, like, they filled it, number one.
Sick.
And this guy's only made, like, 6 videos for Polygon. Fuck. And, like, the first thing he does is he explains, like, how to make the Poke Rap listenable, and, like, what he had to do for it, and then, like, he realizes that by doing all of that, he actually wasted most of the time that he'd need to actually do the entire Poke Rap. So then he condenses it down to, like, 5 minutes or something, and, like, there is a point in it where he's, like, half the room has to fucking shout out a Pokemon, and then the other half of the room has to fucking shout out a Pokemon, and it can't be any of the Pokemon he's already said. And then he does a dream ballet in the middle of it for the legendaries.
Oh, shit. Dream ballet.
A dream ballet! It's, wow, he's the embodiment of chaotic energy, and I want to study under him. Please. Where do I apply?
We gotta figure that
to,
one out.
like, be an intern, please. I want to know.
Oh, man.
God, it's great. It's nuts.
It's truly bananas. All right, cool.
It is truly bananas. Bananas.
Brian, what's up with you? You got some bananas?
Yeah, what is up with me? So, Hearthstone's new expansion dropped.
Oh, sweet.
How'd that go?
Well, the hot news is that this is the annual expansion which rolls over the year for Hearthstone, which means that once a year, cards are banished from standard, and this was that time. And so I got to say, sayonara, Baku, sayonara again, fuck off. I'll never see you again. And that felt real good. Like, real good. So, like, a whole bunch of things that were, like, making the game immediately not fun and feel like a chore are all gone now. This is truly the best time of the year to get into Hearthstone. Because basically all of the lazy, shitty, efficiency, like, all the joyless decks that people just play for efficiency's sake are all broken and gone.
Yay!
Yes. And it's that magic time where everyone has to play a game for fun. What a radical idea. Which means there's a lot of goofy shit going on. There's a lot of new goofy archetypes that are possible. I think I've got, like, 3 favorite decks I'm playing right now. One is a rogue deck, which continues to steal cards from your opponent's class.
Ooh.
And then that deck has a couple different ways to, like, accomplish, like, a big fancy finish. One is you have a weapon you can play called a Spectral Cutlass, and your Spectral Cutlass, you can get charges on the weapon by playing cards from another class. So as long as you can keep on putting cards in your hand that are from another class, you can keep on charging your cutlass. That feels real good. Also, there's a rogue card called Tess Greymane, and Tess's battle cry reads, "Replay every card you've played from another class."
Oh my god.
So the idea is to like build up a big Tess so it's ridiculous when that battle cry pops off. So Tess decks are fun. I've also been playing this like shaman deck, which is like ridiculously slow. So like I play this shaman deck, which is like super, super slow. And then once my deck runs out of cards and I've got no more cards to draw and I would be going into fatigue, I play this new legendary that reads, "Replace your deck with 5 cards that you discover with 2 copies each." So you then put 10 new cards into your deck after your deck is emptied. Mm-hmm. Now, which means that in this point, your opponent's deck should also be empty. So he's hitting fatigue and he's taking damage every time he attempts to draw a card. So at the start of every turn, he's just taking damage from attempting to draw a card. And then 10 turns later, I then play Shutterwalk. Shutterwalk's flavor text reads, "Replay every battle cry from this game." So then I give myself 10 more cards in my deck, at which point my opponent just dies from fatigue. I played that deck this week, and it worked. And I got the friend request from the guy I just played. And
did the friend request just say, "Fuck you"?
Well, they can't put words in it until you accept the friend request. And a lot of times when I get friend requests in Hearthstone, they're actually good. They're like, "Hey, that was a fun, weird deck." That kind of thing.
Yeah, how'd you swing that one?
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay. And I hit the accept button. And his response, once I hit accept, he sends me a message which says, "Try winning on purpose next time, fucker." And then just...
No, dude, you're getting hit by scrub quotes? Like, that means you're pretty good. Like,
that's amazing.
And I'm like, wait, is that a thing? Is try winning on purpose a thing that people say?
Not specifically, but like that, like, energy of like discounting your win because of like luck or whatever in like chats usually ends up on a thing called scrub quotes, or they can be submitted to scrub quotes where like we all point and laugh at them. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, it's like aggressive loser energy. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, well, sorry, sir. Like, you played a super aggro deck, which means that your deck ran out of gas fucking 30 turns ago. Why don't you go eat a cheeseburger in the ball pit?
My God.
I like slow decks, and I cannot lie. Like, it's my thing. The third type of deck I've been playing a lot of is there's this new, like, there's this archetype that they created for Warrior where there's cards that shuffle bombs into your opponent's deck.
Okay, that sounds like a really weird thing. What do you mean?
It's fun.
What do you mean I shuffle a bomb into my opponent's deck?
So it's a 5-mana spell that auto casts and then does 5 damage to your opponent when drawn.
Oh my God.
So like they're just drawing cards like, "Oh, let me just slip this in here." And like
and bam, they take 5 damage. Now, like 5 damage in and of itself is not that big a deal.
Sure.
But when you start trying to figure out how to shuffle as many of those fuckers in there as possible.
Yeah, because 6 of those and like you lose, right?
Well, I mean, and of course, like, you have to take into account people like doing things like healing and generating armor. But 6, why shuffle in 6 when you can shuffle in 12?
Oh, Jesus, no.
Yeah.
Brian, no.
That sounds amazing.
What?
There is a card called Augmented Elec. And Augmented Elec has a flavor text that says, whenever you shuffle in a card to a deck, it doesn't say your deck, into a deck, shuffle in 1 extra card. So what you do is you play your Augmented Elec, and then you play a card that shuffles in a bomb. So you're getting 2 for 1. Or if you want to be really nasty, you put out 2 LX and then you play it, which means that you're getting 3 for 1.
Oh, Jesus.
And if you want to get truly saucy, you can then play a card called a Young Brewmaster, which will bounce the card back into your hand so you can play it again.
That sounds like fun.
Jesus.
The combos.
So far, the most bombs I've shuffled into someone's deck is 15 bombs. And so...
Jesus!
That's mean. But I love it. I'm all the way in.
That's amazing!
And there's a card right now. I think his name is it Grand Master Boom? Blastmaster Boom. Blastmaster Boom, he is a 7/7 card, and his battle cry reads, summon 2 boom bots for every bomb you have in your opponent's deck. And boom bots are 1/1 mechs that explode and do 2 damage to your opponent, between 1 and 4 damage to a random opponent when they die. So if you've already changed your warrior hero into Dr. Boom, then all of your mechs have rush. So you can just play this card, run all of these little tiny boom bots into something, and then do a bunch of damage on top of your opponent that way. Like, it's ridiculous. It is actively ridiculous.
That sounds like some fucking shenanigans. That's fun.
It is fucking shenanigans. I mean, now the good thing is because the way where we are right now, there are definitely ways to fuck with this. There's definitely tech out there.
Okay.
But like it's fun to it. I like the fact that we are early enough in this expansion that the memes are still alive. The memes are possible. I'm into it. Yeah. So
get out there and don't let your memes be dreams.
Yeah.
Jump in.
Hopefully it'll stay good for a while. Like, I know that sounds terrible.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. I'm sure that, like, in a couple months, people will discover something which is, like, a very efficient aggro deck. But so many of the tools that people were just leaning on all the time are gone. So they're going to have to figure out new ways to do it. And at the very least, that means that the jack-offs are in the lab for a while. So, like, oh, man.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's always nice when something gets to be good again for a while. Like, I don't know if people who play, like, say, Dota and LoL have that experience where they're like, congratulations, it's fun again for a minute.
Well, yeah, of course. But, like, usually... So, with LoL specifically, there's, like, 2 main settings of that. Either, like, the characters that you play get buffed, or, like, the new shit finally gets, like, nerfed to the middle. Because, like, when a new character comes out, it's always busted because they sell it for money. They want you to buy it so that you can play it or whatever. And so, like, the first, like, 3 weeks after, like, a new character comes out usually gets, like, banned almost immediately because, like, it's busted. And, like, and they don't know how to deal with it until, about 3 weeks in, until they figure out, like, some way of managing it so that they could still play the game. And then after about a month of that, the Riot tends to, like, nerf them so that they seem like a regular character instead of someone that's just, like, absolutely, like, ridiculous. And then everyone can play the game again. But It usually cycles, like, that way. Or when they do, like, huge reworks, like when they did, like, the Marksman rework, all Marksmen were really strong, and, like, since it's an archetype and not a particular character, you can't really, like, ban it out of the game. But then there was, like, stuff like when they took away some of the Marksman tools and then buffed all the tanks. And there was, like, that year where, marksman or like auto attacking champions were just like useless, and they just stopped playing them in the game altogether. That was weird for a while. But then they changed some stuff, and now marksmen are okay again. So like they're back in the game. Stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Do LoL or Dota ever do anything like remove characters and then just give people credit for the character that got removed?
They've never removed a character.
Not in League, no.
And it's mostly because like the characters themselves are like huge monetization like tools for them. Like for example, if they ever took Riven out of the game, not only would people riot, but like people would be super upset because like there are literally $100 worth of skins for Riven. And if they just suddenly took Riven out of the game, like if they gave like players like $100 worth of credit, which Riot doesn't want to do, but even if they did, like people would still be crazy mad. And like so what they do is they usually just nerf them out of the meta. Like there are 140 some characters or some bullshit right now, and like roughly 30 of them are playable in competitive play. And, like, if you want to be risky or if you're, like, a specialist, that number expands to maybe about 50, 60. So, like, there's just half of characters are just, like, out of the meta. And, like, you play them for jokes, or you play them in a particular role, or you play them with friends, or, like, you're a specialist. And sometimes, like, weird stuff will happen where they'll buff a particular item that'll make a certain character powerful again, and they'll rejoin the meta for a while, but usually they fall back out. Like, Amumu is a good example of that. Like, maybe every 2 years, like, Amumu's, like, good for, like, 3 months, and then they're gone again.
Right. You know, one of the things I think that, like, many other types of competitive games could learn from is that card games, Hearthstone, Magic, have all, once the card game starts to be around for, you know, any length of time, that they strongly benefit from is card rotation. Like, I know that Hearthstone players and Magic the Gathering players always seem to get more excited for cards being removed than added. It's like, oh man, it's the change of, like, the competitive year. And, like, and sure, there are individual seasons where, like, you know, you're ranking and stuff, but the competitive year is a bigger deal for card games, because when you're like, okay, like, there are now 400 cards which aren't legal. Like, that's a bigger cause for celebration than adding 130 new cards. Like, because everybody has to go back into the lab, build new decks, and like, obviously cards are always being added. So, like, removing cards is more exciting. And, like, I am sure that there have to be heroes in, like, Dota and LoL that are guaranteed to be played in every game.
Not exactly. Like, like, there are seasonal reworks where, like, and sometimes what they'll do is that they'll take a particular archetype. Like, there was a year where they just redid all the mages. They just changed how mages worked. And then they did that with marksmen. They do that with tanks. They did that with supports one year. And they just, like, fundamentally change how, like, these roles work and whatnot. And, like, there are some characters that, like, are playable in every game.
Right.
But, like, they don't show up in every game because the matchups are that, like, razor thin sometimes. Like, for example, there was a couple of years where, like, Syndra, who's just, like, your standard, like, mage, she can, like, summon orbs, she can stun people, she can hit from range, she can farm appropriately, and she has, like, a button that can essentially wipe someone if they're under, like, 50% health. So, like, it's really strong, like, and it fits into a lot of situations, but, like, Syndra has a difficult time versus, like, assassins, people who can just get in for free. And, like, if you're a careful Syndra, you can still beat those people, but if you're fighting assassins, there are just better picks, and, like, you would just pick a different champion instead. And, like, pro players know that too. Like, they're playing, that's why, like, they air, like, the fucking, like, champion select as, like, a meaningful strategic moment of the game, because they're playing this, like, push and pull of who can I take, who can I ban from this particular match, and blah blah blah.
Right.
because like those are meaningful choices that carry their way all the way through the game. So taking a character out of the game like forever doesn't seem necessary, because even at the pretty much at every level of the game, there isn't something that's like irreparably busted. Like there's still like low tier people that complain about like Master Yi, who's like a character that can just dash in and slash up everything. But if you have any sort of crowd control, like he can't do much. Like if he walks in and gets stunned every time he tries to fight, he's not going to be an issue. That's just it. And like once players like realize that, like then they diversify their pool. And like the diversified pools are what carry the game, and that's one of the things that actually is really good about Riot's balancing when it comes to competitive play. Like I don't like the week one like new character, hey, I'm busted, please pay $20 deal. But like outside of that, like their balancing is mostly okay.
Okay. One thing I like about card removal, and I'm not sure how you could replicate this experience across other types of games outside of the card genre, is that with card removal, it kind of forces players to reconcile that they might have elected to have a stagnant experience. There are people who are going to play. There's people who are going to look at the meta and then say, all right, the most efficient thing to do right now is to play Odd Paladin, so I'm going to play Odd Paladin because it's efficient. Not even necessarily because I want to play Odd Paladin, but it's a tier 1 deck and I know it'll do okay, so I'm going to do it. And it's not necessarily a conscious choice. It's just they like Hearthstone. They want to have a fighting chance when they play it, and so that's what they just end up doing by default. Now there are people who certainly like elect to do it, but there's also people who kind of like default into it, and those people don't really ever get incentivized to
do anything else.
Exactly. Like if their choice is always like, I'm always going to play whatever the top deck is, then there being a period where nobody really knows what the top deck is, it will make them go out there and try new stuff. Like as long as like the tools that are available are relatively static, then they're just going to take whatever is the most efficient combination of things. And I'm just wondering, like, I know that both Dota and LoL will have like rebalances where they're like, okay, we changed X, Y, and Z. Like you were just talking about, like the year of the mages where they rebalanced all the mages and tweaked all the mages. Like, I'm wondering how quickly people figure out those rebalances. Like, does that replicate the experience of people having to fuck with shit?
Yeah, it always takes like a couple of months. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like,
okay.
That's when they do like season reworks, like they don't just change like, usually when they want to take someone out of meta, they'll do one of two things. They'll either change like all the characters like stats, like which include like base stats and growth stats. Like some characters are just way too strong in early game, they can snowball forever, so they turn down their base stats. Some people snowball really late in the game, and so they change their growths. Sometimes it's just once this character gets access to a particular item, they're busted, and then they just change the item or something. Or they change how the item works in relation to like this character. Like Katarina had basically like an outrageous amount of burst damage, and so they just took an active off of a particular item that allowed her to like burst through anything. And so like that hurt other mages, definitely, but what it did is that it ended like Katarina's reign of terror, so like people were okay with it. Where like even though she still had a lot of damage, it was just now you have the option to do something before she presses a button and just deletes you.
Mm-hmm.
During like season reworks, usually like there's the new season rework, which is like in January-ish after like Worlds finishes, where they'll essentially overhaul the system. They look over all the things that happened last year, and they'll say like, well, this stuff was way too powerful, and so we're going to take some of this out. Or this character seems like it's working the way we want it to, but there are certain interactions that are causing unbalanced play, so we're going to change this and this about it. And so like you'll just get like 7 pages of patch notes in like early January that changes everything, and then people fuck with it for a couple of months, and they'll find some busted shit, but like nothing's especially busted like at the beginning of a new season.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
You know, I was curious as to like how that experience would be replicated, because I would have thought that like just having a fundamental understanding of like, oh, okay, well, characters do X, Y, and Z, just figuring out those changes might be an easier thing. But it sounds like it's bigger than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of levers based off like the character stats, their interactions, and like how they synergize with various item builds. And the Riot is really good about pulling various levers to achieve very different results.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. What else is going on? As some of you may know, Hitman is a video game.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
And Hitman 2 is the video game that came after that video game.
Right.
IO Interactive released the content roadmap for the rest of the year for Hitman.
Okay.
So they're going to be rolling out a new location this summer. I'm very excited. New map. New map is always a big deal because you get to figure out how the it's built, and you know, like, okay, where can I go dressed in what outfit, and what is everybody's route, and what are all the little stories taking place all over the map? What are the secrets hidden here? That kind of thing. So they're rolling out a new map, and the new map is going to be a bank.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that is certainly full of possibility. And I sure hope that, like, I'm able to kill someone by trapping them in the bank vault. Like, please let that be possible. They're usually good for, like, creating some opportunities for weird situational kills. They're also going to release, like, what they call special assignments, which is where they completely redress an existing level. It's like different NPCs everywhere, changing out like physical objects within the level. Like the levels look like dramatically different. Like, for example, there was like one level in Hitman previously that they used for like 4 different missions. Sapienza. There's actually been a fair amount of writing about that level, where like initially it's just like, you know, sleepy afternoon in this seaside Italian town, like get into this house and do a murder. And then they did a version of it where like there was a movie being shot in town at night, and so you're wandering around the set. And then another version of it, which is where like there's a festival going on at the same time a politician's running for office. And then a 4th version, which is like late at night, while there's a book signing going on. And so like when they do these special assignments, it effectively makes an old level feel entirely new, because everything you know about it no longer works, and it's an entirely new way to build contracts. So at the time that they roll out this bank, they're also going to be rolling out 2 special assignments. And then this fall, they're going to roll out a map which is going to be a tropical resort. And 2 more special assignments. And then they revealed the theme for contracts for the remainder of the year. Summer's theme is going to be Jungle Summer. Fall's theme will be The Rivals. And then starting in October, the theme for like focused contracts will be Halloween. So I'm excited. That's cool. I just wish that I wish it was now, Rocky. I wish it was now, Tegan.
I feel that.
Do you?
You know?
Do you wish it was now?
I wish it was now.
What if it was now?
I wish it was now. And let me see here. Let me describe it. Calculator here for a second. Just want to do a little quick math.
Quick maths.
Yeah, just do a bit of quick math. Let's see here. So last Thursday through Sunday, I watched 62 hours of wrestling.
That's a lot of wrestling, Jesus.
It was also WrestleMania.
Are you okay?
I was very tired. It was WrestleMania weekend, which means that not only was WrestleMania itself run. You know what? Actually, I think that estimate might be a little high because on Sunday there was only 7 hours of wrestling on Sunday. So as I see here, let me adjust my math just a little bit. Okay, so instead of being 62 hours of wrestling, it was 55 hours of
Oh
wrestling.
God, that's still so much wrestling.
So
Did you? Okay, so like, let me set the scene for me. You're like on your couch, right?
Yes.
Do you order in for that entire weekend, or does someone?
There was a lot of fucking takeout. There was a lot of food that just showed up to my door. I can tell you that.
It just magicked itself.
Yep. And it's like, I assure you, Postmates, man, I'm not depressed.
I'm just busy watching wrestling.
Yeah. And there were like some really, really good shows. There were some like really awesome moments, like stuff that was like really, really spectacular. It just so happened that like the show, which I think is the perfect ultimate gateway drug for Tegan, happened last weekend.
Aww.
I was like, oh, here it is. Here it is. She's going to fucking love this. She'll think it's adorable. So that's happening. But like, yeah, there was tons of good stuff. WrestleMania itself was ... okay. Most of the stuff that was like super great that happened last weekend was not WrestleMania.
That seems weird. Like that seems,
how so?
I don't know, that seems backwards to me. Like you'd think WrestleMania would be the highlight of WrestleMania weekend.
I think that would require WWE to be better. And there's just some things they're fundamentally broken on.
Ooh, okay.
Both like something that made me really, really mad and really got me up in arms was that they turned the main event of WrestleMania, which was the main event of WrestleMania was a women's match, which I was like very excited about because that was the first time that ever happened. Like first time in 35 years that women main evented WrestleMania, which is cool. But it was one of those things where it was like taking an idea and making it less good because of the decisions around it. Mm-hmm. Like there was originally like it was supposed to be a triple threat match for the Raw Women's title, which was going to be Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair, and that was fine. That was fine. But then they took the SmackDown Women's title off of Asuka and put it onto Charlotte, so that way they could do the match as like winner take all. And it's like, but by taking the title off of Asuka, that means that you're having one less women's singles match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those like you can't see for the forest for the trees kind of moments, like where you're taking opportunities away from women in order to make this one match higher profile. And it felt like a cutting off the nose to spite the face thing. Like you're like, oh, look at this big high profile women's match. It's like, well, yeah, but you're also.
But now it's less of a big high profile women's match because you're dumb.
it felt like it was turning it into like tokenism.
Mm-hmm.
That like by turning this one match into such a big deal, you're actively taking away, opportunities for other women who have like devoted themselves to this craft. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like people get into this thing because they love it, not because they want to sit in back and, eat the catering. What the fuck? And like, it was really great to see, Kofi Kingston, who is like literally, an immigrant who was like born in Africa and is not at all the type of person that normally becomes the WWE champion, become the WWE champion. Like, yay, Kofi. But I look at a lot of the other booking, and a lot of the other booking included shit like 50-year-old Triple H versus like 50-year-old Dave Batista. And I'm just like, why? No one wants this. Who wants this? Who wants to watch these middle-aged men get gassed and be tired and just not do good or interesting things?
Why can't we let them retire and be nice?
And the reason for that is that because Triple H is the guy who holds the book for WWE in a lot of respects. And so if he wants to give himself a half hour, he's going to do it. Because, what do you do when you're a fucking millionaire who's in charge of things? You just give yourself whatever you want and but nobody else wants that, sir. What the fuck? So as a result, there was tons and tons of great things that happened outside of WrestleMania and like a few great things that happened at WrestleMania. Good things that happened outside of WrestleMania included, Stardom, which is a Joshi promotion running like its first US show, which was cool to like see this like all Japanese women's promotion run a show in New York. And so there was like lots of that was something that for me was just like a huge breakthrough because it was so fucking cool and it was such a good show. And there was easily a 5-star match on the show. And they went the full mile. Like one of the units, a group called Oedo Tai, came out and like did the Oedo Tai dance, and they did the full bit, and the commentary on the show was really, really good. Like explaining a lot of like the traditions of like Joshi wrestling, and like here's why this and this happens. And that was actually the show that I watched. I was like, oh, this is fucking perfect. Like, this is right up Tegan's alley. And then there were some other good shows. Like, there was a promotion called DDT, which is another, Japanese promotion that generally does a lot of like, irreverent, Japanese comedy. And I'm a big fan of like irreverent Japanese comedy. And they had a lot of fun, and they also did a second show, which was a cross promotion with an American company called Kaiju Big Batel, where they had people fighting a giant dust bunny. That was amazing. And plus, a company I love called GCW put on a ton of good shows. So like lots and lots of good stuff. Very little of it came from WWE, and then I ate a bunch of takeout. Any questions, class? No.
There
Okay.
was a lot of wrestling, and it was good. That's what I heard.
And then Rocky died, or is playing Hearthstone.
And there was a thing where I would like it because it was Japanese.
I don't think it's just that. I think that the way the story on the show was structured.
Because it was Japanese.
No, not just that. Like there are things that you have expressed about like the way you like build a narrative, and the cuteness of characters and the cuteness of presentation. Like
yeah,
yeah. Like I think that Stardom will check all the boxes.
That's exciting.
It's funny when I signed up for Stardom's service after watching their US show, because Stardom charges in yen. Mm-hmm. Like my bank initially declined the charge. They're like, we think you're being compromised because you're trying to make this purchase. So I made the purchase with my Amex instead. And Amex sent me this friendly email that said, like, hey, since you're traveling in Japan, here's some things that we think you'd like.
What?
Yeah.
Amex, please. Amex, please.
Yeah, and I'm like, thanks for looking out, American Express. Not in Japan, but I appreciate the pro tips.
I'm going to Japan. Have I told you guys that yet?
I believe you did.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to Japan. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You don't understand. Oh, it's going to be good. It's not till October, though. So I have to wait a little bit.
I feel that.
Cool.
So it was my birthday this last week. And I spent some time, taking stock and, putting some things together. I've been banging my head against this Final Fantasy raid. It's the last fight. It's fucking bullshit. But at one point, I decided I need to come back and just start, cleaning up other stuff I haven't finished. For example, I didn't finish Moonlighter until, last week.
What?
Yeah. And there's aliens? I guess, it makes sense. They're fucking portals and shit, but, there's aliens? And, so I did that. I finally put a bow on Moonlighter. And, I went back and I did a lot more Hollow Knight. And I feel like I'm only, halfway through. I've only, just gotten the Dream Nail, which is really cool, by the way. And, it basically reopens a bunch of different areas because now there are dream enemies that I can fight that I just couldn't see before because I didn't have the nail. And I know the 3 bosses that I have to beat so I can go fight the Hollow Knight or whatever. But just running around this world is it's fucking cool. I went to this area where I found these mantises and the mantises, they fight me or whatever. But then I come to this weird mantis council. And, the game, just tells me that I can challenge them. There's just a single word on the screen. Just says, challenge. And I can press up to, begin the challenge. And when I do, then I, basically end up in this cage match where I fight one of the mantises. And, once I defeat that one, it backs off. But then I have to fight, 2 mantises, at the same time now. There are 3 of them in total. So I fight, the 2 mantises. And when I do beat them, which took a while... when I enter any area that has mantises in it, instead of them, attacking me on sight, they all, bow. In, reference to me, completing the challenge, which I thought was a really cool touch.
Ooh. That's cool.
Yeah. And, this game is just, there's a lot of, really neat, small discovery shit in it. Every time I, step into some weird nook or cranny, I end up in, some weird place I never thought I could be. And there are, all sorts of, impossible creatures. And, it's really fucking cool. And I run into recurring characters. There's this one guy who's a warrior who's really full of himself, but he keeps getting trapped in places.
What do you wait? What do you mean trapped? In a cage or like BDSM tied up?
No, a couple of things like that. The most recent time is that I was in an area where there were spiders, and I found this guy and he's wailing in the background. I can hear him because this game does really great things with sound. And I can hear him kind of wailing in the background. And then eventually I can see him and he's in a space that I just can't immediately walk to. So now I have a new kind of micro objective. Find a way to get to this guy. And so, I'm exploring different areas, and I don't have a map for this area yet. So I'm just, jumping into, areas blind. And sometimes there's enemies, sometimes there's traps, sometimes there's just, spikes, and I'm just gonna, die and have to reset someplace. But, I'm hopping around to see if I can get to this guy, and eventually I get to him, and I cut him loose from, the webs that he's trapped in, and he's just how dare you, cut me down? Don't you know that I'm, this warrior? Yeah, dude, I've met you, 4 times. It's I could have cut myself down at any moment. I was definitely just poisoned. Okay, whatever, dude.
You were fucking crying, my dude. Calm down.
Yeah!
It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
And so, there's a lot of, really neat little stuff like that. Or I run into, warriors that are like my character that have clearly just, retired. Kind of Skyrim, but, not all of them have, the same, I got shot in the knee or whatever.
Right.
One of them I found in, a hovel someplace, and he's just painting. And he's using his brush the same way that I use, my nail, my sword. And then, like, I talked to him, and he asked me if I wanted to paint with him, and I'm just like, no, not really. I'm kind of on an adventure. And it's like, well, like, what? You want to learn some of my techniques? And, like, he does, like, a sword technique, but he paints something with it. And then, like, I mimic it, and now I have this, like, new powerful move. And, there's a lot of, like, really nice, like, small interactions with, like, these weird characters in it. This game is, like, it's definitely tough sometimes. And, like, the platforming is, like, really interesting, but they give you a lot of tools. It's a lot of fun to simply just, like, explore to see where stuff is. That's really fucking cool. And I know they're making a sequel based on another character that's in the game. And, like, I watched that trailer, and it looks so dope. Like, everything's still hand-drawn. The platforming and the enemies look really cool. And, like, I find myself paying a lot more attention to, like, what characters are doing, like, what enemies are doing, as opposed to just, like, rushing in and, like, hitting them with my basic combo and see what happens. The game, like, makes me, like, patient and, like, curious, and I'm having a really great time with it. And I haven't come back to Dragon Quest XI yet, but I need to. It's on my list. I went back to Darkest Dungeon, and I have, like, 1 or 2 squads that are ready to challenge, like, that last house, but I'm still spooked about it, because I know, like, if I walk in, and I'm probably going to lose at least one of the squads. But if I don't beat it with either of the squads, then that's, like, another, like, 8 hours of me, like, prepping again. And so, like, I'm worried about taking that risk. But, I don't know. It'll be fun when I get there, I guess. And I got some new furniture. I ate, like, really big meals with people that I care about. And I have, like, 3 cakes in my fridge. Because, like, people keep buying me cake. I guess that's what happens on your birthday.
That's a lot of cake.
I know, right?
That's not that much cake. That's a doable amount of cake. You just gotta believe.
Take it over here with the cake ambition.
I can eat so much cake.
Oh, God.
I don't know where it goes, except in my stomach.
Oh, God. Also, like, I know, like, we were talking about earlier, but, like, in Black Clover, because I've watched a lot of Black Clover lately, there's a character, Charmy, and she's really fucking strong. But most of the time, she's just kind of hanging out and, like, cooking and eating food. Her magic is, like, sheep magic. And, like, it's really developed. She actually can do a lot of really interesting things with the sheep. But more often than not, she just, like, has the sheep cook food for her, and she just sits there and, like, eats in, like, an impossible amount of food.
Yum.
It's great.
It's like Momo.
Yeah.
Momo eats all the food.
But yeah, like, that's what I've been doing. I've been playing a lot of games, catching up on stuff that I already have. I went back to Subaru City, actually, the other day. Hit a new high score. Like, 30 million people. I'm really happy with that. And I still gotta go back to Mario Power Tennis, because they had a comic recently.
They did.
And, like, I hadn't even played... I think the last time I played is when they added Pauline. I'm still just amazed that Pauline's in the game, you know? Like...
They did add Pauline. I keep forgetting that.
I know, right? But Mario Tennis Aces is, like, doing stuff. And, like...
Yeah, it is. It's doing good stuff, too. Like, the shit.
Yeah. And, like, I keep up with the Discord sometimes. I don't know. Like, sometimes I get lost in, like, the new stuff. Because I'm, like, you know, always trying to play, like, the new thing. But I'm really enjoying, like, coming back to a lot of games that, like, I spent time with. And, like... really, like, deepening those relationships. I'm having fun with that.
No, I know you got me thinking, man, that this time of year when the weather warms up and stuff goes on, that it's a good time to, like, pull out them games that you might have not given all the time you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting pounded, you know, each week with new releases that, like, it's a good time to do cleanup. And I was just thinking about how last year I really got into Jade Empire. And I was like, man, Jade Empire is a really good video game. And then, you know, various shit popped off. And so I got pulled away from it. I'm like, man, I should go back and finish Jade Empire. Because I was having a ton of fun with that. And I loved its world building. And I loved the various systems. You know, I really dig how you fly like a shooter mission to get from, like, major setting to major setting of the game. Like, that's cool. Man, I should go back to that.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I played Nier Automata again. Again.
Well, I mean, it's also good to play things that you love. So it's
Yeah.
real important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Well, yeah.
Now we can talk
Yeah.
about news if you want.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Rocky.
Thanks, man. It was a good birthday, actually.
Did you not wish him happy birthday on the social media?
Ah!
Fail! I'm the only one who did it? Wow! Jesus!
You're right, Tegan. I didn't put happy birthday on a social network.
You didn't!
So I'm obviously bad.
You are bad. I added all the impossible coin things.
She actually did.
I was like, happy birthday to Rocky! Aww.
It's cool. Like, I mean, once again, I got 3 cakes and like a bunch of other stuff.
That is a lot of cake. I'm excited. Not that much cake, but it's a lot of cake.
Yeah. I actually got a lot of tres leches cake. And like
A lot of what?
tres leches. It's a regional cake. It's called 3 Milks. It's actually like a very moist cake, but it's really savory. With a light sweetness.
Googling. 3. Oh. This isn't gonna be like when I googled the prom thing, whatever the heck that was.
Like the mums? No, like mums are specific to Texas. Tres leches is like specific
Oh, this
to
looks
Mexican.
tasty. Oh, it's got some cinnamon. Ooh. It looks kind of like a strawberry shortcake. A lot of people are decorating these with strawberries.
Strawberry actually pairs very well with it. Also, I got like a red velvet double decker strawberry cake. Like yesterday. Also, we did brisket nachos for like my birthday potluck, and like it was incredible. Everybody showed up. They put in the work. I had these like charo beans that one of my coworkers made, and it was like marinated in like beer with like these like I forget what the name of the peppers are, but they're like little yellow peppers that had a really good twang to them. And then, you know, like I made queso, and like I didn't make a grown man cry this time, but like it was pretty good. And like he had that like arbor salsa on it. Fuck, really good ass brisket nachos. Oh man,
That sounds like a food.
it was
That sounds like a food.
And then I took some home, and then I realized I didn't take enough home, and so like we're gonna invest in like takeout boxes for when we do potlucks, so that everyone can take like a real plate home. Good times.
Now I'm hungry.
Sorry, Teeks. Okay, but like let's do the news.
Tegan, what's going on with bullshit?
I don't know what is going on with bullshit. Oh, wait, you mean the news? A security researcher has pled guilty to hacking Microsoft and Nintendo servers.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So Zamis Clark, also known as Slipstream or Rayleigh, was charged on multiple counts of computer misuse offenses and pleaded guilty to hacking into Microsoft and Nintendo networks in a London Crown Court. Yay! The Microsoft part of it ended when Clark uploaded malware onto Microsoft's network, and he was arrested in June 2017, but then he was bailed out of jail without any restrictions on his computer use, and immediately went and hacked into Nintendo's internal network in March. Yay! Of last year.
Great
March
work.
2018. Yeah, I know, right? Nintendo estimates the cost of damages between $913,000 and $1.8 million. And Microsoft has previously provided the court a vague estimate of like 2 million-ish. And so if he abides by his current protection order, he will serve no jail time, and both companies gave statements assuring customer data had not been compromised, in addition to reaffirming their commitment to cybersecurity. Like, if you're gonna hack, I mean, I assume hacking PlayStation's just too easy at this point. It's too simple.
It's child's play.
Anyone could hack PlayStation and get access to all of the credit card data. Fuck it.
Like, look, Sony had to give out gift cards that one time, you know.
Yeah. And, like, I'm sure someone could have hacked and gotten all those gift cards also. Fuck it.
Jeez.
But, like, Microsoft and Nintendo being thwarted by the same dude is a little concerning.
Well, I think if I remember correctly, I think the guy had a working relationship with Microsoft, and like his initial access was based off of like a misappropriated password, and then he opened access to like a bunch of other people with like IRC chat.
Nice. So you're saying the people working at Microsoft are dumb?
Yeah, possibly. Like, I think, like, he definitely took advantage of, like, that working relationship. I don't really remember much about, like, the Nintendo incident. But, like, it's kind of an issue if there's just, like, some guy can, like, you know, hack into, like, these multi-million-dollar companies that, like, we're entrusting data to. I mean, I know cybersecurity is going to be like the next big frontier of like IT. But like considering how much of like our lives end up being online at this point, like that stuff needs to like step up. Like, I mean, I think we're somewhere, and like, and this may be like an understatement. I apologize to anyone who really knows about cybersecurity, but I think we're somewhere around like the drawbridge phase of like cybersecurity. Like we're like have medieval like implements at the moment, and I would like to see, or I would not to see, like I don't know if I need to know them, but like I would like to know that there are like, you know, some real high tech shit going on in the realm of cybersecurity specifically, and I stand unconvinced of that at the moment.
So I don't think I have too terribly many feelings on this, because like, okay, what this guy was definitely doing was dirtbag shit. What I just want there to hopefully be at some point is a legal distinction between this and doing stuff which is entirely outside of the auspices of, you know, violating a company's internal like networks. Like when we recently had that guy who had to go to court over hacking the Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, right.
Online.
Yeah. The cheats guy.
The cheats guy. But the cheats, the way his cheats worked didn't necessarily require him gaining access to networks owned by 2K.
Right.
And so, like, all right, I just want there to be a legal distinction there. Like, even if it's just as simple as, like, I stood on the sidewalk and threw dog shit at your house versus I stepped into your yard and threw dog shit at your house. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, like, one's, like,
Okay.
like a violation of, like, boundaries, while another one's, like, a violation of, like, a product, I think.
Right. Which is to say, because I want there to be yet a third a third class of things, which I feel like at this point needs to be fucking decriminalized, which is, hey, is there a really old product that you are no longer servicing in any kind of way, that you are not making available to your customers, you are not preserving, you are not facilitating the availability of? So, like, I don't want anybody out there who is rebuilding networks from the ground up that allows people to play Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast to still be able to play Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. Like, those people are not out there trying to violate a company's networks. They're not out there trying to profit off of the manipulation of a commercially available product. They're either trying to make old online games work again, or in the case of like some old games, doing preservation that just isn't being done. So like, I kind of want to see like 3 tiers of the way this shit is looked at legally. And I want the first tier to be like, come on, are you guys making this available or not? And if the answer is like, no, then like, all right, well then fuck off. Like, this is some kind of like historical preservation effort. Then the second one being like what is essentially the property crime, which is the throwing the dog shit from the sidewalk. And then most aggressively treating like this, which is like intrusion onto a network.
Right.
So I think that's really all I've got.
Well, that might be something that actually may feed into a conversation we'll have a bit later.
When are we going to have that conversation?
Actually, probably now. So, guys, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, they're putting on LootBoxCon. It will be called Inside the Game: Unlocking the Consumer Issues Surrounding Loot Boxes, and it's going to take place on August 7th in Washington, D.C. At that con, we will have various representatives of the industry, consumer advocates, trade associations, academics, and government officials who will discuss various topics, which include the in-game transaction landscape, including the origins and evolution of loot boxes and their role in gameplay in the digital marketplace, research examining consumer behavior, including child and adolescent behavior in the context of video games and digital transactions, and a discussion of consumer awareness and education about in-game digital transactions, including the mechanics, marketing, and financial commitments associated with loot boxes. The workshop is free and open to the public, so if you happen to be in DC in early August, you could show up as long as you have an American government ID, and it'll be at the Constitution Center, and it'll also be webcast live from their website. But the important part, and this is the part I really want to talk about, is that the FTC wants public input in advance of the workshop, including possible discussion topics or even potential participants, as well as written comments on the issues discussed at the workshop after the fact. So they want us to talk to them about it. That's the thing. And the FTC, once again, works for us. And so they kind of can do things from on high. They have certain very potent powers, but their responsibility is to protect the public and serve our interests. And so this loot box conversation is going to happen. And if there's people that you feel should be talking on your behalf, or people that you want the FTC specifically to talk to, let them know. You can go to their website. They're accepting comments in advance of the event all the way to June 7th. And after the event, they'll take comments from the public all the way to October 11th. And I know that there's a very real fear with politics and public commenting, where we will comment and they will just simply not listen to us. I remember what happened with SOPA and fighting against Ajit Pai and whatnot. And that's still a real possibility. But making sure that you say something, if interacting with these people is an important part of interacting in a democracy. And so I've been thinking about it. There are people, especially with the Guild Wars team, that has actually done microtransactions in a very equitable way. And there was another person. that I want to talk to them about. Oh, God, it'll come back to me later. But what about you guys? Is there anyone that you would want to have talk to the FTC about loot boxes, or are there any people that you think should be there potentially talking to the FTC?
I think that I'd love to see those Warframe guys. Because they've, when I look at like who's making appointments right now and that kind of thing, and eventually, relevant decisioning will have to roll up to such a level that we're going to encounter people who are appointed by the current administration, which is an unfortunate reality of this. Certainly there are going to be certain levels which are going to be, entrenched bureaucracy. It's not like everybody at every department gets shit canned
every time the presidents change.
Yeah. So like there are people in every department who've been like, yeah, I've worked at the State Department for 97 years because like I'm tier 8 Bob and I do tier 8 Bob business. Like but like meaningful change will ultimately have to interact with somebody who is an appointment of this administration. Yeah. So I guess,
or the next administration, depending on how long it takes.
Yeah, things being slow is definitely a reality taken. But I think that talking to people in terms that they might be willing to like understand or accept when like they're so frequently deliberately contrarian might get things done quicker. And the fact that the Warframe guys, and I'm going to stop calling them the Warframe guys because Jesus. So Warframe was a game where they initially had pretty shitty predatory microtransactions and had this incredible pushback from their customer base, and then Digital Extremes were like, wow, what would happen if we essentially just made like all of the game's true content just available to customers from the start, and then put in these like low price microtransactions where you see exactly what you're purchasing. There's nothing ever inside of a blind box, and there's also nothing for sale that affects gameplay. And then all of a sudden people started like buying things in Warframe by the buttload because nothing that affected the game was
paywalled.
Paywalled. And also they weren't being asked to purchase anything blindly.
Right.
And Warframe has become one of the most like interesting like success stories in video games like the last 5 years. Like they make tons of money. Warframe is super successful. If you ever like go on the PlayStation Network or Xbox and you're like, show me the top 5 games being played right now, Warframe is consistently in that top 10. And if you ever pull like the rank list for like downloaded games on the Nintendo Switch, Warframe is generally in the top 20 every month on the Switch as well.
Yeah.
People play a lot of fucking Warframe. Guys, we should try and play some Warframe.
I played a bit of it. But
yeah. I just feel like playing some Warframe kind of dovetails with the earlier idea of like this time of year is a good time to fuck with stuff. Mm-hmm. But like those guys, because the context that they would present it to the FTC is like, hey guys, it's not profitable to be an asshole. And I think that if you like, if you're able to even like couch this from a perspective that even is appealing to like mercenary capitalism, where you're like, well, not only is it not right to do this, it's also not profitable. That is going to like create this compelling case where someone's like, well, you know what? Sure, how about everybody wins? We look like heroes and everyone makes money. And it's like appeal to the mercenary nature of jack-offs for greatness.
Oh man, that's a sentence.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
oh man, I really like the way that like EVE Online and Guild Wars 2 specifically also like handle microtransactions. They don't do loot boxes, so there's also that. But they have in-game currency, and they do allow microtransactions. But you know, it's all cosmetic. There are level skips and whatnot, and like their currency isn't like diluted in a particular way. It's kind of like $1 gets you like 100 of the currency, and like so when you buy something with the currency, it's like $10, or you could grind it out. And it's something like 10 hours, I think, more or less. Like they put together that metric. So it's definitely like real equitable. And I don't think like Guild Wars or EVE Online ever had a cash shop where they did try to be assholes. But they have definitely run like a sustained player base. And I know that like I don't know how much Guild Wars is growing, but I know EVE Online's still growing steadily, albeit slowly. I'm trying to think of other cash shops that are like that work very well.
I think that like I don't just want people who do it well to show up. I also want people who do it badly. And the reason I want for that is I kind of want people's logic and excuses to fall apart publicly and badly in a way that like kind of puts some kind of like sense of urgency around coverage for this, because you and I know, we all know that like that loot boxes. If you're asking someone to purchase something not knowing what it is, and then also trying to deliver a dopamine hit like gambling when you make that sale, you're a bad person who is doing bad things and you should be dropped in the sea.
Right.
But a lot of like mainstream media coverage doesn't really exist around that because there's so many like preconceived like positions from which mainstream media outlets cover video games. There's video games are for kids. There's video games are for kids and therefore bad. There's video games are bad. Or there are video games, that thing that your brother who lives in the basement plays. Like, a lot of the more sophisticated coverage of games that we see doesn't necessarily come from mainstream media outlets. There isn't a Jason Schreier at the New York Times, covering the video games beat.
Ironically, like Jason Schreier's like latest article ended up in the New York Times, I think. Wait, no, not the BioWare stuff, but there was something recently. Whatever, that's not important.
Right, but like those guys out there who are doing the Lord's work, like Jason Schreier and like Patrick Klepek, the ones who are doing real investigative reporting and are also like really, really compelling writers. There's not enough of them that like mainstream people are exposed to.
Right.
So like I'd like to see something happen at this event that makes somebody who is an existing writer for like a mainstream outlet pay attention and go like, this might be something that I want to devote some time to. I want to bring some focus around this. So, because like we all care about it, but I want to see more people care about it at a larger scale. So invite some fuck ups too.
I'm worried about that because like I need to know how. I feel like a fuck up that is commercially successful enough, but still specifically fucks up with loot boxes, may end up like in a net positive situation because of this. Like I don't think I want anyone from EA there. like at all, because like EA, even if they are fuck ups with loot boxes, and even if they do get roasted publicly, may end up glad handing more than getting roasted, and that would like make them more effective and not less. I'd like to see maybe someone from like WB Interactive, because they've been fucking up on everything lately, and having someone there specifically to get roasted, even if they do manage to make some contacts, will hopefully not be as like large and effective as someone else. Because like they could, if the FTC ends up like say glad handing with EA, and even if they get EA to admit that they're bad about loot boxes, and then now they're like in a partnership with like contacts of the FTC, like that's a potentially a new like lobbying arm for them. Not directly, obviously, because like it's illegal, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So if not EA, because despite the fact that like EA managed to like step on their own dicks in every possible way
right.
with Battlefront 2 still made an enormous amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I would say your people to send out there and be like, hi, we're fuck ups, are WB Interactive, right. But specifically, here's a guy who I'd like to see show up and like try and like talk about this shit, is let's send Todd Howard out there.
Oh no! Dude, please let me watch Todd Howard get roasted on live stream by the FTC. I want it right now.
Yeah, you see, I told you. You just got to pick the right fuck up.
Oh man, I want Todd Howard try to explain Fallout 76. Like I do. I want him to try. I just want to. Oh my god,
yeah. And then somebody gets to be like, and then you did this thing again with another game, X many months later.
And they get to be like, yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that feels good. That feels good already, and it's not even real yet.
Yeah, doesn't it? Doesn't that feel delicious?
Exquisite.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay, but like, what would you want them to specifically talk about the loot boxes as well? Because I mean, they need to talk about kids because they are not protecting children that well. But also, like,
right.
What do you think the FTC would? What do you think the FTC needs to hear about the topic of loot boxes?
I think that something that they need to hear is, all right. So picture this, like, picture the Las Vegas Strip, but picture in front of every casino a large sign that says, "I assure you, this is not a casino."
Yeah.
And then you go inside and you walk up to somebody. You're like, yo, dog, is this a casino? And they're like, no, but do you want some chips? And that is part of what I think needs to be conveyed. Because when I think about the like, of the many hilarious things Fallout 76 did, hilarious and terrible, one of the things that they did, which the industry itself needs to be called out on, and Fallout 76 is one of the best examples of, is they said up and down repeatedly that there would be no blind boxes that contained items that impacted gameplay.
I remember that.
They said this over and over again. They're like, no, we're not going to have loot boxes with gameplay items in them. We're not going to have loot boxes that have gameplay items in them. And then they had loot boxes that had gameplay items in them. And developers, like another frequent practice of the industry is shipping games to reviewers which have that functionality turned off, or not even turning on the functionality in the game until like a week or two after launch. So that way you can get initial early good word, buzz from customers. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was something that Metal Gear Solid 5 did, where like Metal Gear Solid 5 got out there, racked up all its 9s and 10s, and then Konami flipped on the blind boxes 2 weeks after launch. Mm-hmm. And so, like, picture that. Picture going into a hotel, checking in and being like, this is a lovely resort. And then one day taking the fucking elevator down to the lobby and there's a bunch of slot machines in it. And all the slot machines are designed to directly appeal to your heart.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Like Tegan, like coming down to the lobby and it's like strawberry sandwich, the slot machine. Like... what a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare. And the games industry needs to be called out on.
I like... One thing that I'm actually concerned about suggesting, mostly because the president of the ESA recently left. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
But she recently left for what's been stated as a different opportunity. It hasn't been publicly announced yet what that is. But I would like to have the ESA taken to task for refuting the World Health Organization. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I want the FTC to do that, because that leads a different dynamic, which is like the opposite of what we ultimately want. Like, we want the games industry to be able to regulate themselves, so there isn't some congressman who like moonlights in video games to try to write laws about it. But I need someone to talk to them about that, and someone that they'll actually listen to, because they're not listening to us.
So, yeah, I would love for this thing to not just be a bunch of bored people sitting in a conference room eating shitty catering. I'd love for this to... I would love for this to actually be meaningful. So, FTC, hope this is good. People of Earth, specifically people of the United States, please make your voices heard and comment, for Christ's sake.
But June 7th.
Come on. Do it. Speaking of people who are trying to exploit your emotions for cash, Sega's making a small Genesis.
A tiny Genesis?
Yeah.
Tiny Genesis.
Why? Do we need one?
Well, all right, so...
Are there any good Sonic games on it?
Whoa.
Please address your letters specifically to Tegan. So, Tiny Genesis are things that Sega has released before. They've all been bad.
Yeah, they have.
Yep, they have.
They have all been made by a business partner of Sega's, a company called At Games. At Games is a Brazilian company who holds like the license to distribute Sega hardware in Brazil, because there is this weird Twilight Zone down there where like the Sega Genesis never stopped. Where you can fucking play Guitar Hero on your Sega Genesis in Brazil. I'm not even kidding.
I know! That's the best. I love it. It's so weird.
But like all of the stuff which that has been released by At Games, which I guess is technically incorporated in the United States, but like all of their meaningful business is in Brazil. They made these little tiny Genesis that were primarily just to distribute in this foreign market, but they're like, oh, I suppose we could release them here. And they all suck. And so Sega, when Sega saw the success that Nintendo had with the Tiny NES and the Tiny SNES, was like, shit, maybe we shouldn't have At Games build this. So they delayed the release of their Tiny Genesis by a year. Because they announced this thing, I'm not sure if you guys remember this, like over a year ago. And they're like, coming soon. And then someone said, is At Games making it? And they said, yes. And then everyone said, ew. And they're like, 1 second, BRB. And so then they essentially re-announced it. And so now this is the Tiny Sega Genesis, not At Games edition, which I think is a good thing. They have announced 10 games so far for the various regional versions of it. The games that they've announced are the same in the US and European market. They have announced different games so far for the Japanese one. Games that they've announced for the US and European one include Altered Beast, Castlevania Bloodlines. All right, Altered Beast is a very bad video game. If people tell you that they like Altered Beast, they're wrong. Castlevania Bloodlines, which is a good video game. Comics Zone, which is a good video game and also brutally punishing. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which is a very good video game. It's S tier. Echo the Dolphin. I suppose someone has to smoke marijuana.
Damn, it's like that.
Yeah. Gunstar Heroes, super good. Shining Force, super good. Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah, okay, I guess.
Wow.
Space Harrier 2, all right. Toe Jam and Earl, fuck yeah. Over in Japan, there is some different announced games, including Sonic 2. And here's what I'm going to say. If the US version doesn't have Sonic 2 and only has Sonic 1, I'm going to have strong feelings, but I don't think there's any way that they don't ship this thing without 4 of the slots being devoted to Sonic 1 through 3 plus Sonic and Knuckles.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah. So other stuff which is on the Japanese one, which is of note, includes Rent-A-Hero. And it's like, yo, like, are we gonna get Rent-A-Hero over here? Because that'd be pretty neat. I don't think so.
Probably not, no.
But I mean, so they're kind of slowly doling out, announcements for these things. But probably the most important thing is that AtGames isn't building it. It's going to ship with 2 controllers, which is also good. Comes out in September. And considering that with just the announcements they've made so far and the fact that AtGames is not involved, they've already demonstrated more care in the construction of this thing than Sony did with the tiny PlayStation.
Oh, no. We don't talk about the PS Classic, dude.
Oh. But, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they pulled AtGames from production and developed the thing entirely internally. And they put M2 in charge of the emulation and getting the stuff together. And M2 has been putting together the Sega Ages collection, which has been done well. And yeah. So also the controllers will connect using a standard USB port. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? What a time to be alive.
Yeah. What a friendly consumer decision. Because would anybody be surprised if you are able to just plug in other standard controllers via USB on that thing?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that that's where that's going. So yeah, all that 40 games, which have been optimized by M2, hardware developed by Sega, and fucking USB ports for $80 in September.
That's not bad.
So yeah, congratulations, Sega. Here on this show, we occasionally have an opportunity to give out an award we call the Congratulations for Not Fucking Up Award. So, congratulations for not fucking up.
Woo!
Well, you know who doesn't get that award this week?
Who?
Google does not get that award.
What? What do you mean Google doesn't get that award? What'd they do?
Well, first of all, Tegan, Google Play doesn't check its rating submissions, and it shows. All right?
Oh?
Like, young kids can download and play games with violent content and microtransactions on the Google Play Store, even when the parents took the time to turn on the controls to make them toddler-friendly.
Oh, Jesus.
All right? Like, the IARC, which is the International Age Rating Coalition, which is a combination of rating system organizations throughout the world, including the ESRB, but also PEGI, which handles ratings in Europe, have adopted a short-form rating system to rate digital releases as opposed to the long rating system, which like the ESRB uses, where 3 testers are guaranteed to play through the entire game and rate it for content. Short form is just that the developers basically send in a form explaining the content that is in their game. And then they get a rating back based off like the automated system that is presumably checked later by the ratings board or the rating coalition. But it doesn't work just at all. People will just flub whatever answers to get their game on the platform, and Google Play doesn't check it either. So like devs are explicitly abusing this to get games with violence, with murder, with guns, with microtransactions in the hands of children, so they get PEGI ratings of like 3+, just to get their games in the hands of the most people possible. The reason they do this is because their games are funded by advertisements or AdSense, ad revenue. Their imperative is to get the game the most downloads possible, which means to have the widest amount of people downloading their game. And that way, even if like the kid who's like 3 years old downloads it and like runs it for like an hour, that's still some ad revenue that they get to kick back and use to pay off the cost of their development. I don't know. But the point is, it's fucked up, and Google Play isn't doing anything about it. The IARC short form rating system does not work, and the costs involved are likely the traumatization of children.
So I have to contextualize this around Stadia. Who here is looking forward to the same kind of hands-off, fuck-off approach being taken towards Stadia? Or how does everybody feel about the fact that Google got out there and like said, we're not going to run Stadia like we run Google Play, while still not fixing Google Play?
Gotta say, neither of those things sound great.
Yeah, that sounds like garbage.
Like, I think that both of those realities are like it's possible that they could very well do what they say and run Stadia differently. Mm-hmm. But if they can acknowledge that the way Google Play is run is bad, and therefore they had to say we're not going to run Stadia like that, then why not just fix Google Play?
Right. Yeah. Also, I am kind of worried about this, because I know the short form rating system that the IARC put together, which actually is a holdover from the ESRB and the ESA, was definitely made as like a bandage on like a dike. You know what I mean? Like a hole in the dike. Like there's just like, there are way too many games that are coming out on digital platforms, and they simply don't have the raters to like handle them every day. Like if 80 games are coming out on Steam alone, like imagine Steam plus Google Play plus like digital storefronts that are owned by platform holders. Like there's no way they could actually get through all of those, at least at the moment.
Remember I said like you could get through all those things if you hired enough people? Like Google definitely has the money to hire enough people.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Google has that money. That's bullshit.
And honestly, like there needs to be bottlenecking mechanisms in play to make sure that like the amount of stuff that you're looking at doesn't outstrip your resources. If you have a concern of people who are submitting like nightmare bullshit to your platform or stuff which is unacceptable to your customers, and they do not have the possibility of doing anything but that, then you need to create a developer/publisher onboarding system which is going to ensure that those people never enter your ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like, oh, you're a weird alt-right jackoff who bought a Unity development kit, what are you doing? Like, then you create a publisher onboarding that ensures that guy is never submitting a game for approval. Like, or if you're a guy who does nothing but like repackage
Unity assets.
Unity assets, then like you need to find a way to ensure that guy never submits something for approval. Like, like these companies don't have to be in a world where they need to approve 65, 80, 100 games a day. Like, they can create systems to throttle garbage. Like, you could conceivably have 20 games getting approved if you have like a strong team behind like doing review, but like looking at 100 realistically is going to either require like a very large team or finding something that makes it not 100. And that's the problem, is that Valve and Google would much rather get paid on both ends of the equation. They're like, what if we just let people give us a small amount of money and then we let them put their trash wherever they want in our store? Just like, I could give I could give Valve $100 and put a game on the store called Fuck You Rape Machine, and they would let me do it.
Well, at least until like, we got the public backlash caused like a concern, and then introduce what was the phrase? It was unknown risks.
Rocky, be Valve, Rocky.
Okay, I'll be Valve.
Okay, Tegan, you be an outraged public. I'm gonna be a guy.
Already an outraged public.
Outstanding. This should be natural for you. I'm gonna be a dirtbag. For
sure.
Hello, Valve. I would like for you to put my game, Fuck You Rape Machine, on your store.
Okay. You're not trolling me, right?
No, this is a real game, I assure you. I do not hang out on 8chan.
And the game itself, it's not technically illegal, right?
No, it is not. It does, however, have 800 achievements.
Ooh, well, you know what? That'll be good for interaction. Sure, man. You got your $100?
I have $100.
Okay, let me just take that. Thank you. And now you got a game on Steam. Congratulations. Good luck.
Awesome. Great.
With your game.
Hey, Steam! Hey, Steam!
Huh?
This Fuck You Rape game that you published today on your platform is full of rape, and it says rape's cool! That's garbage, and not a message we want to send to our children! How dare you let that through your system?
Okay, I hear you. I know that you are very loud. But we are reviewing it through our internal systems, and we will make a decision about the game shortly.
We're boycotting all of the Steam, and we're telling every single news platform out there that you've got a rape game on your game system, and then you're not actually screening anything.
Oh, no.
Wow! Look at all that public media attention you're getting for having a fucking rape game on your game store.
Hey,
Jesus.
Okay. Hey, Dirtbag?
Yes?
So, we crunched the numbers, and it looks like your game may be a bit of a problem, so we're gonna go ahead and just take it off the platform. You understand?
I gave you $100 in good faith.
No, you paid us $100 to put the game on the platform, and we did. But now that the game is causing unknown costs and risks to our entire storefront.
Wouldn't you have known that if you had performed any kind of superficial risk analysis before putting it on a store? The game was literally called Fuck You Rape Machine.
Right, Jesus.
We can neither confirm nor deny that.
So you've got my money, and you get to pretend to be a good guy to that person over there who is very loud?
Hey, we care about our customers, okay? We're just trying to protect them.
But I, the dirtbag, and that person are both your customers. If you had told me no in the first place, I might have come back with a different game with less contentious topics. I'm not saying I would have, but I could have.
We are taking no further comments at this time. Thank you. Good day.
I am now angry as well. Can I have a sign to carry around in front of your offices?
Well, sure. If it's just you, that's fine. Go ahead.
No, I will bring people too. They will all be from 8chan. I lied earlier.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
I'm just tired of these fucking platform holders having it both ways.
Yeah, no, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, like, seriously. Just come the fuck on. Like, onboard your publishers responsibly. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's perfectly fine to publish a bad game to your store. Yeah. No one's asking you to say all games in your store should be fantastic. No one's saying that. But there shouldn't be dangerous, predatory, or outright deceitful product. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? How hard is that? How the fuck hard is that?
Apparently, very.
It's very hard.
Like, wow.
We're having a lot of trouble, Brian.
Only you can prevent corporate fires by not submitting them in the first place.
There was a thing that happened earlier as Disney was like revving up their presentations. On Thursday, they gave people the first sneak peek of Disney Plus, their new streaming service that's starting in fall. Yeah. And there was something that got said on stage that made Brian want to light himself on fire and die.
Oh, shit. All right, what was it?
It was, the Disney Plus service won't have any R-rated films on it, so you can just feel comfortable handing the service to a child, so that way they can browse to their interest.
What about PG-13?
And I'm like, holy
what about
fucking
NC-17?
Shit. But just
I don't think they're gonna
the idea of presenting a benefit, like the idea that, like, you know how with YouTube you have to superficially press a single button and then just hope that like Nightmare Fuel doesn't get to your kids. Well, don't worry, you don't even have to pretend to care with Disney Plus. Like,
yeah, that seems like the hot strat. Like Apple did it like last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago. I don't know how long it's been. Yeah,
and they're just like, you know, what's going to happen is in about 30 years, guys, I'll be dead, and you know, you'll be old, and then there's going to be all these fucking sociopath kids who grew up staring at iPads, and they're all going to be like, you know what? No one looked at what I was watching, and I'm currently looking at your insides.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Enjoy that. Enjoy an entire world populated by fucking Patrick Bateman.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, guys, who wants to talk about BioWare?
Sure, man, let's get it.
Is it good news or bad news?
Well...
Is it good news or bad news, Brian?
Things are very, very bad.
Brian, my heart! I don't think I can take it!
Oh, no.
Things are very bad at BioWare.
Oh, no!
They need help.
So, a guy who we earlier put over and talked about how great he is, Jason Schreier, published a long-form piece about what the fuck happened with Anthem.
Oh, okay.
And man, oh man. What a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. Like, the idea, I don't think you guys have necessarily had the experience of working in a grossly overstressed tech company before. And I want to stress that right now, the place I work is not that. But I have been in situations where nobody is actively looking for solutions and everybody is grossly overstressed. And it's just like, you just don't even know how to reconcile it. And when I was reading about people stealing themselves into, you know, empty offices and conference rooms at BioWare just to cry and that was happening so often that people were referring to these rooms as crying rooms.
Oh.
How does that make you guys feel?
Oh. No. Oh no.
And just some of the, like, really bad... Alright, so Anthem was, for a long period of its development, from 2014 to 2017, known internally as Beyond. And up until a few days before E3 2017, the game was Beyond. They had printed up t-shirts to give out attendees of E3 that said Beyond on them. And then EA said, hey guys, it'll be too hard to defend a trademark for Beyond. It's not Beyond anymore. It's Anthem. A word that means nothing in relation to the game. And they're like, well, we worked out this whole concept, and forcing the development team to work with Frostbite. People who worked with Frostbite described it as holding a bunch of knives by the blade or making a fist around broken glass. I can't picture working with tools so bad that people describe it as trying to make a fist around broken glass. Like, Jesus, man.
Can I just say it's called Frostbite? Like, that seems like an accurate picture for a product called Frostbite. But...
to add some context for people that don't know, EA's engine or proprietary engine, like Frostbite, was developed by DICE specifically for like large scale shooters.
Yep.
And like Anthem is not that game, but EA decided that all EA games have to work off the Frostbite engine. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to make BioWare has been trying to make like RPGs using the tools that are made for shooters, and like a lot of the tools that they need, like I think they spent a lot of time trying to build a save load system into Frostbite because it didn't exist when they got it. And when they were trying to work on like Dragon Age Inquisition, like 2011 to 14, and now it's adding more and more problems as it goes on.
The project, like I had no idea before reading Schreier's piece that what we know as Anthem has been in fucking development since 2012. 2012. I know.
Those are Breath of the Wild numbers, man.
And that when the project started, Casey Hudson was still at BioWare. So that's how long this shit was going on. Casey Hudson left BioWare and then eventually came back to he was gone from BioWare for years. And like he was originally the development lead for Beyond. And despite the fact that they were just hemorrhaging leaders at the top of the organization, EA was committed to keeping the project alive because of what they thought the project would be, as far as like a revenue stream. So even though like the team had hemorrhaged all of its leaders, like, nope, keep at it. Which is like just a ship moving around directionless because all of the people whose idea it was were gone. And EA kept on asking for the scale of the game to be bigger, which meant that the things that the original development team thought were going to be the attractions of the game, including like AI routines in small areas, weren't really possible because they wanted the scale of the game to be bigger. The things that they thought would be attractions in the game weren't possible anymore because of the engine they were using and the scale of the environments changed. But EA didn't particularly care, and they were looking for a very specific thing. But in probably one of the weirdest turns of just absolutely torture and gaslighting, people who worked on Anthem weren't allowed to mention, discuss, or compare to Destiny. So even though they were essentially being asked to make Destiny by EA, they weren't allowed to talk about Destiny. So they couldn't talk about the market leader. They couldn't talk about the ways that Destiny had fucked up and then fixed itself. They couldn't talk about the ways that Destiny engaged their customer. And so they would have to start talking about Destiny in coded language. So whenever they wanted to talk about Destiny, they would say, yeah, there's this thing Diablo 3 does.
Oh, geez.
Because they couldn't actually talk about the thing that they needed to talk about. Schreier actually presented his entire piece to EA leadership to ask them for comment, and they didn't. But then they put up this weird fucking thing where they defended the gaslighting and defended crunch culture, and said this thing that once again makes Brian want to set himself on fire. The struggles and challenges of making video games are very real, but the reward of putting something we created into the hands of our players is amazing. People in this industry put so much passion and energy into making something fun. We don't see the value in tearing down one another or another's work. We don't believe articles that do that are making our industry and craft better.
I remember that. Jesus.
Yeah. Man. And there's other stuff that they put in that thing that just absolutely infuriates me. Stuff like, our focus is on the players. And I'm tired of game companies hiding behind a supposed loyalty to their customers as excuses for treating their employees like garbage.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I didn't ask for that.
Yeah, I'm not here for that, and most people I know are not here for that. And frankly, I don't want to know people who are I'm comfortable with you treating people like subhumans, so that way I could have the best, gun feel in this shooter. It's if you think that trading someone's dignity and health is worth you having the best gun feel, I would like to drop you in the sea.
Please turn your location on. We just want to talk.
Yeah, we just want to talk.
Yeah. You get all of us. Yeah, that's going to be weird.
It'll be the Impossible Coin meetup.
It'll be you'll be responsible for the Impossible Coin meetup, and we will record the audio as a bonus episode.
Oh shit, let's go.
And especially because it feels so fucking disingenuous. Because these same companies that are hey, we're here for the players. I'm let's be real. Even if you were here for the players as your number one priority, you're fucking lying. You're not here for the players, because we just did a story, literally immediately before this, about negligence in marketplace management, and then 2 stories before that about how the FTC feels the need to have a fucking conference on loot boxes, because what is the game industry doing? Using exploitative loot boxes as a tent pole to their current strategies. You know who the king of loot boxes is? Fucking Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts would not be a going concern were it not for loot boxes in fucking FIFA.
True.
If you told EA, hey EA, tomorrow there are no loot boxes in FIFA, EA would light themselves on fire and then drop themselves in the sea.
Yep.
So fuck off. You are not here for the players. You are here for the most avaristic, mercenary, vicious, predatory, cannibalistic, and heartless fucking manifestation of capitalism that can be easily pointed to in modern society, and I swear to God you will dine on my shit.
I support Brian in this endeavor.
I also support Brian.
So tired. Just fuck off. Absolutely fuck off. Also, shout outs and positive shout outs and much love to previous guest on this show,
Jim Sterling?
the internet's Dave Lang.
Oh, true. Also him.
Because there was something that that Lang tweeted in the wake of this coming out, which I feel people need to fucking hear. And no, it was not like his thoughts on Croatian urinals, but that was important too. And it was also not his thought on the size of like large drink cups at Panda Express. Again, though,
Brian,
they also need to hear that.
stay focused, Brian.
The thing he said, though, was, "Dear other game studios, if you want to know how we run Iron Galaxy without running our people into the ground, just ask Chelsea Blasco. Chelsea's their chief operating officer. It's actually not that hard. You just have to decide to do it."
Ooh.
Get roasted.
And when I think about reading about all these people who work at Iron Galaxy, who are like happy and get to do shit like go to their kids' fucking soccer games and, you know, not die inside, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, this is one of the most successful and profitable mid-sized studios in the country. You know, they're big enough that they have development in they have full-size studios with like 100 people in them in Chicago and Orlando, and they're constantly running tons of projects, and their people aren't fucking dying. Like, good job, Dave Lang. We love you. I want to see if we can't get him back on just to talk about this kind of shit.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Man. But yes, EA, fuck off. Guys, was I too aggressive?
No.
Okay.
You weren't aggressive enough. Do it all again. Here's your pitchfork.
Run it back, Brian.
Run it back, Brian. Here, I'll give you the pitchfork this time. You can hold it.
Tegan, we have another story. It's a good story.
Oh, we do? Yeah, we do. It's a good story. It's a good story, Brian. Is that okay?
Is it a story about how we were right and we were smart? Oh, we kind of did that one already.
Yeah.
But we just said that.
I mean,
okay.
It is a story about how we were right and we were smart and like, wow, we're fabulous. Wow. Wow, we're fabulous. So, Nintendo's adding VR modes to Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. Wow.
Hey.
Wow. Did we call it? Or did we called it?
I'm pretty sure we
Like,
called
please. So both the games are going to be compatible with the VR goggles. Super Mario Odyssey is going to have 3 mini missions that you do with the VR. Breath of the Wild is going to have complete functionality.
So you can just play it all in VR.
It's going to be your first VR Link. I'm so excited. The goggles launch on the 12th of April. They launched. They're out! They already did it! They did it! It's out!
Oh, man.
And you don't even need, like, the whole kit, because remember, they're just selling, like, the base VR kit, which is mostly the goggles, for, like, cheap. Like, not the whole $70. Amazing. Wow.
I'm real tempted to buy this fucking Labo
I'm
kit.
gonna buy this fucking Labo kit. When we leave, I'm gonna go get it. I'll let you know how it is next week, because you know I'm looking for a reason to play Breath of the Wild again.
True.
Man, well, please do. Because I looked at some of like the some of the mini game stuff, the stuff that they seem to have in this Labo VR, and it looks real interesting. Like are you going to get just the cardboard goggles? Or are you going to get the full kit?
I'm thinking I'm just gonna start with the goggles and see how it goes.
Okay. And from what I understand, like this one, they very smartly gave you the ability to upgrade.
Yes.
Like you can just buy the cardboard and then be like, oh, I also want the software.
Yeah, so what it is you get the starter set and the blaster for $40. That's like your starter kit. which is just like the goggles and then the blaster accessory. And then you can get the 2 expansion sets for $20 each, which will get you the elephant, the camera in the first one, and then the wind pedal and the bird in the other one, which is all the stuff that comes in the $80 version. Right.
And as you remember on this show, we talked about the power of looking into a bird's asshole, which I still want to do.
It looks like it's gonna be like a bird flying game. Like, that'll be neat.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, normally if you break something up like this, you're gonna end up paying more for it. It's gonna be $80. Like, your base price for it is still gonna be $80. So the only thing you'll be paying over for it is tax. Because you'll have tax on each piece as opposed to just tax on the $80 kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
so that's neat, too.
I found a date. Apparently, the updates to Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild that will allow those VR modes are the 26th of April. So, like, the goggles are out on the 12th, but Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey VR is on the 26th. So, like, 2 weeks from now.
Cool. Well, that all sounds very, very good.
What other games? Oh, no. Oh, my God. I just had an idea. I know. Oh, okay.
Whoa, wow. Wow, okay. We just heard the idea be birthed.
Okay,
we just heard the birth of the idea.
Like,
what's the idea?
Obviously, the correct answer to what other games should be in VR on the Switch is the new Metroid Prime game, Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, yeah! And Pokemon Snap.
And I'm almost certain that the reason that they, like, pushed it back, the development, is because they want that, but that development's not, like, ready yet. Like, they're just like...
Well, I mean, they scrapped a whole developer. They're like, yeah, we're not so much with these guys.
That's also true, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I am sure that, like, that it could very well have been a happy accident. Like, now that they start development over, with this resource available, I'm almost certain that that's going to be a priority.
Right. What if they do it for the trilogy too?
You know what I really want to see using this Labo VR tech? 2 games come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Game number 1 is Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That you can't give us a camera accessory and not give us a new Pokemon Snap.
Like an HD, like in the style of fucking Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Snap.
Right? Like, that's murder. You're killing us. Our wallets are open and ready to give you the money for it, Nintendo. Please.
Also, Nintendo owns the Fatal Frame IP now. Another game about taking pictures.
Yes!
Hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do. That also needs to be there.
I'm almost certain we're also going to get a Pilot Wings VR.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh, man.
So, come on.
Let's get it, Nintendo.
Nintendo. Hey, Nintendo. Hey, Nintendo. Hey, Nintendo. Hey, Nintendo. We love you. Please. Please. We have these ideas. Please.
Are there any other franchises like that started owned by another company and then ended up being owned whole cloth by Nintendo? Because I can't think of any other. I'm sure they exist, and I'm sure that what's going to happen is that fucking, like, 5 days from now, like, Joe Spiro will be like, well, you obviously forgot, like, forgot Berry Pigeon Power, and I'm like, what the fuck is Berry Pigeon Power?
Yeah,
and
right,
he'll be like,
exactly. He'll tweet us.
You savage, you forgot it.
Joe, tweet us. Go ahead.
Yes, please. But, like, what are other IP that Nintendo now owns that they're not where that IP started? Because there are Fatal Frame games that are on, like, the PlayStation 2, but Fatal Frame is now owned by Nintendo. I'm just hoping that, like, Fatal Frame Made in a Blackwater didn't kill that series, because, Jesus Christ, of all the series that they decided to put on the fucking Wii U, like, anything on the Wii U, unless it started at, like, Mario and Zelda-sized numbers, was pretty much a death sentence for sales, because it's like, look, guys, 5 of us own Wii U's. 5 of us. We all like them. But there are...
I do like
It's like that there are dozens of us.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and now I'm the proud owner of all the Animal Crossing amiibo.
Oh,
so
snap.
I can play with literally all the characters in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which is just like Mario Party, except everyone wins.
Tegan, hear me out.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing VR.
no. No.
But Brad, you can walk around the town.
I can walk around my house.
You can walk around your house.
You can walk around.
No.
What about in the museum? What about if there was a VR segment in the museum where you could put the VR on so you could walk around the museum?
Yeah, you can just look at the aquarium and shit. Yo,
yeah!
Do you know how many
Okay.
kids are just gonna get high and just watch the fucking aquarium?
Yo!
Like, Brian.
If it is a very small, self-contained experience
not
that just promotes the use of drugs, I'm on board.
No, it's VR optional. It's not
It's
Animal
VR
Crossing.
optional.
Yeah, it's not Animal Crossing needs to be played in VR.
So if they kind of take it, if they approach it like they do Mario Odyssey, where they're like, here, do this little thing.
Yeah, if you do this thing and talk to this NPC character in the museum, it'll let you switch into VR.
I don't know. I feel like the Breath of the Wild treatment would also be pretty good. Like, you could play all of Animal Crossing, but you could also play all of Animal Crossing in VR. Like, that's like a thing you could do if you really wanna.
Not the whole game. Rocky, we as a society cannot afford to let people play all of Animal Crossing in VR.
That's a fair point. I definitely understand.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I would order so much takeout.
But Tegan, you'd never leave.
What?
You'd never leave.
What?
Oh my god.
I'd come in to record.
We'd have to go visit
I'd set up
Tegan's
a
town to
recording
tell her to come to the
studio
show.
I'll start up a recording studio in my town.
You
Nintendogs in VR!
Oh god. Oh no.
Nintendogs in VR! Please,
Oh, man.
please. Brian, what if they did Nintendogs in VR?
You could just have a dog.
Brian.
You could pet them. You like pet them with like the Joy-Con.
Joy-Con.
It vibrates.
Brian, what if they did Nintendogs in VR? Brian's just not answering. I killed him.
I'm just look. Okay. Nintendogs in VR might be okay. It's nowhere near as dangerous and potent
as Animal Crossing. Yeah. I feel you.
Like, you got to understand. Like, Animal Crossing in VR is pretty much saying like, hey guys, why don't we just give out heroin?
Yeah, no, actually though.
Why don't we just give out heroin?
Tegan, please. Okay, what about Xenogears in like VR? Not Xenogears, Xenoblade?
Xenoblade.
I keep doing that wrong. Xenoblade in VR.
It's a lot of anime.
That's a
titties.
lot of anime. Yeah, you can't
That
look
is a
at the
lot
titties
of
that
anime
well.
titties. Oh my god.
What if a new Kid Icarus in VR?
I'm down. I could fuck with that. Can I use like the Joy-Cons as a bow and arrow?
Yes.
And like 2 swords? Fuck, I'm in. Dude,
yes,
let's go.
Yes.
All right. You guys are once again not appealing to the old man demographic, so I, the old man, am here
What
to
about
appeal to your old man.
let me try. Let me give it a shot. Can I give it a shot? What about Star Fox in VR?
I'm in. Brian hates Star Fox. No, but obviously, Mother 2 should come out in VR.
Shit.
Nah, no, nope.
Oh, okay.
Different reasons. I just think that like there's nothing about Mother which would be improved or bettered by VR.
How about we get
VR
Mother
game
on
right
the
here,
Switch?
kids.
Can we
No,
just
but,
get
like,
Mother on the Switch?
Not the same game. Like it's Mother in VR, but like it's like it's the ARPG Mother. Where you're just like looking through the world as Ness. You can go eat your hamburger, you can run through the streets.
Nope. I'm still not on board.
Okay.
But let me tell you what I am on board for. Give me Wrecking Crew. Because when I think about things that are fun to do in VR, just breaking shit and touching shit is like one of the chief appeals of VR right now with available VR technology. And when I think about like what Wrecking Crew is already fundamentally, Wrecking Crew is breaking shit and touching shit.
Compatible with the robot kit. Because that way it tracks your steps. so you can walk around the area.
That's down. I'm interested.
If they ever get around to releasing a Rob the Robot that you build out of fucking cardboard, we will have truly entered the future.
You too can build your own Rob the Robot. Nintendo, can I get a Pokemon sticker pack for my Nintendo Pokemon Snap VR camera, please?
That sounds dope.
Thanks. I want the sticker pack to just, like, you can put it on the VR camera so that it then looks in real life like the Pokemon Snap camera.
Ooh.
That's all I want.
Well, guys, it can't all be Moonlight and Canoes.
It can't?
Yeah.
No. Sure.
Because Steam still exists, and they still have video games coming out.
Are they more... Is it Rape Day Simulator 2?
God damn it.
Is that what came out on Steam today?
I think that we've got probably Coded Language 87, and now that's what I call your graphics card 5.
Oh,
nice! Sweet! Do we have, this is just for achievements 15?
Easily that, too.
Sweet.
And,
Christmas edition?
and,
in the middle of April?
And of course, Apple Snake 4.
Titty Puzzle 97, more titties.
Titty Puzzle 97 Easter edition? Fuck yeah! It's all bunny girls.
So 65 games came out on Steam yesterday.
Sure.
None of them were my Cat Cafe Magical Girl game, so fuck it.
True.
Yep. Today we have, looks like 9.
Okay.
First up for a whopping 59 cents is Puzzle Ocean, a logical game in which you collect puzzles to get a picture of different marine fauna. It's a tile moving puzzle game with stock photos of the sea.
Brian, you know what I'm going to ask? I would just appreciate the answer.
What's weird is it doesn't look like it's just using your graphics card.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that something else is going on here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because honestly, this looks... All right, let's see here. It only has 20 achievements.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's a shitty 59-cent puzzle game. What's the catch?
They have a ton of other shitty 59-cent puzzle games, this developer. Including Cat and Dog Puzzle. And then they've also got a game called Win the Game, Do It.
Fuck off!
Just fucking do it. You lost the game by trying to play Win the Game. I saw a post the other day about fucking losing the game, and let me tell you what, I reeled. I was knocked back. Like, easily 15 years exited my life.
Oh, no.
Next up, we've got Nyasha, Land of Elves.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some big titties.
On elves?
Those are some big titties.
Yeah. This game is a classic puzzle with 3 levels of difficulty.
I'm sorry, it's a puzzle game about big-titted elves? Are you kidding me?
I am. I am not kidding you. This is a real thing.
Oh my god.
In the depths of the ancient forest, where even the most experienced pathfinder did not go, the land of the most beautiful and courageous elves disappeared. Do not miss your chance to get acquainted with beautiful elves. The listed bullet-pointed features are puzzle game, artworks, nice music, Steam achievements.
There it is.
Press H on your keyboard to complete the level.
No! Really? Okay, so...
Mature content description, girls in underwear.
Mm-hmm.
All characters appearing in this game are over 18.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, at least there's that, right?
Uh-huh.
But they're also elves,
Sure.
right? Like, I swear to God. Never mind, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do this.
they're over 1800 is what he meant to type.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So thanks, Elf Titty Game, for doing what you do. Next up is Shawi Adventure Demo. They're going for deliberately a original Game Boy aesthetic, kind of like the pea green.
Sure.
Retro action platformer inspired by early Game Boy games. They're not just going for a lot of games will go for the pea green scheme, but not try and communicate other things visually like the Game Boy. This actually appears to be trying to do that. Game is currently in early access. It's $2.99. It doesn't look like complete trash, so I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it could very well be, but I'm not actually going to sit here and dunk on it.
Okay.
Next up is Infinitely Up 2. Infinitely Up 2. This is the second part of a physical puzzle where you need to build a tower of randomly drawn shapes. The higher your tower, the more points you get. Can you build the highest tower?
Can you build the highest tower? No, because this is fucking game 2. There's gonna be a game 4, and someone's gonna build a fucking higher tower than you. Jesus.
Unfortunately, it looks like you cannot just press H to win.
Aww.
Should I hate that?
Pressing H to win broke Rocky.
I'm so upset. I've been reading like these Sekiro posts for like fucking 3 weeks, and now press H to win. Like, I swear to God, why is it H? Whatever. It's so stupid. I don't want to do this, Brent.
I think about all those "you cheated the game" memes.
Yeah. You cheated yourself. You didn't grow.
Next up is levers and buttons. You are one of a kind, the best of all cleaning clones, but you can't clean a broken spaceship, so you need to save it first.
Oh my God.
Levers and buttons requires a controller to play. Playing with a keyboard and mouse is not supported.
Okay.
It looks like it's... Oh, it's VR garbage.
Sick.
Oh.
Yeah. Next up is Tale of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
You are a beginner pirate, and it depends only on you how rich you will become and how your fate will go. You and your crew are in search of riches, travel through a huge world of adventure and danger. Yeah. I guess. I'm sorry, like, this could very well... It looks like a shitty pirate game.
Okay. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I guess pirates are in right now.
Pirates are...
Next
are
up
in
is
this year?
Big Boot Baseball.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Big Boot Baseball.
Big Boot Baseball. Okay.
Yeah, Big Boot Baseball, the ultimate 4-player multiplayer dudes game.
Oh, no.
Challenge your friends to an evening of sports.
God damn it.
Did I write this? This seems like a joke. Big Boot Baseball is a super fun, chilled back, laid dudes game. Whether you're pre-gaming to go out for the evening. What the fuck?
Dude, I hate this.
I no longer wrote this. Whether you're pre-gaming to go out for the evening, wanting to play a fun drinking game, or have competitive friends, this game is for you. With over-the-top announcer commentary, comical sports twist, and competitive nature, it makes sense for good tournaments. However, you may have to be slightly deranged to fully enjoy it. Big Boot Baseball is a new, unique sport. It's a combination of kickball and baseball merged into one game. The objective is to kick the ball, hit the house, and then have the ball hit the ground. Sound easy? However, any player can catch the ball while it's in the air, which will land you out of there.
I think he meant kickball and like dodgeball, because kickball's already a derivative of baseball, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I get... Huh. For maximum fun, play with 4 players. Trust me, it'll be an epic showdown. Once all players take turns rotating through every position. Kicker, pitcher, outfielder 1, and outfielder 2. It looks like dog shit. But, wow, that's dog shit. Okay. Next up, we got, finally today, I guess they must have taken it down because what's back again? Arsonist. Remember when we talked about Arsonist before?
Yeah.
Arsonist is back again. So I don't know what's up there. Well, guys, once again, Steam is trash. Hope you guys enjoyed our Summer Wars watch along. Because that was a thing that you got access to last week. Tegan, how was the shower?
It was okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, like, we shortened it a little bit, and we only played we played 2 of the games, but I won one of the games really easily because I have a large vocabulary and know lots of synonyms for baby, so I didn't have to say the word baby. And I got, like, literally half of the party's little pins, and so I won my own game. My bad.
You won the game.
I won the game! I did.
She didn't even have to press H.
Nope, I didn't even have to press H.
Oh, well, I guess that's a show. Rocky, take us home.
All right, so y'all, this is Impossible Coin. We do this every week. Last week we weren't here, but we're trying to make sure we have content for you all. If you liked it, or even if you didn't, we'd appreciate if you gave us some feedback. You can leave us reviews on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher, and that's where you can find our show too. If you haven't noticed, there is music at the beginning and end of this podcast. It's produced by our friend Big Sach. You can find his work at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ, or you can follow him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. You can do both. We won't tell anyone. We also have a new t-shirt and logo designed by Lauren Moran, and you can follow her on Twitter at Lauren Moran and buy stuff from her at laurenmoran.bigcartel.com. I'm on Twitter. Brian's on Facebook and Tegan's on Tumblr, and we are Impossible Coin. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, all that stuff is real. Thank you so much for listening, and peace.
Bye!
Later.